Why did you turn up my side chat? Why were you writing in my side chat? We were talking about you, not to you. You seem to think that your opinion's is so important to all of us that you've got to tell us all about it all the time. I mean, why do you think that we've got to take any notice of you? We're talking about you because you're a wank stain, or at least I was, yeah. I think you're ridiculous then. I think you're divisive. I think you cause trouble everywhere you go. I think that you're brain dead. I think you're delusional. So, okay, let's start going through the stuff. Let's start going through the stuff that I think deserves to be addressed then. First of all, you were involved with the King's flag that actually turned out to be a scam, nobody else. You. That's the first thing. Second thing, all of the people that you accuse of being a Hope Not Hate were part of your team that you was meant to be the leader of, but you claim they're all Hope Not Hate. So you had to leave them, and then you had to sit in bed with Kaylee, who's actually gone mental after you was in her ear hole for 4 years. And hold on, Mulatto, I'm talking. I will let you up in a minute. And you sent her over the edge, along with other people that were also trolling her, and then turned her into an audacious troll herself by putting delusions in her head and encouraging her mad conspiracy theories. You then fucked off and dumped her, and then spent the rest of your time telling everybody you were justified in calling a Muslim man somebody that smelt of a 7-year-old, and said there was context to it. Even though you did explain to everybody that it was because you were emotional because of the Manchester Arena bombings, so I did cut you some slack for that. Because people do say stupid things when they're angry. But the same slack that you want cut for you, you don't want to give to anybody else when they make mistakes, when they get angry. So you obviously think that you've got a privileged victim card. And on top of that, you fell out with Jason and expected everybody else to take up your personal argument with Jason. Because you fell out with Jason, you decided to go looking for whatever there was to argue with him and attack anyone that spoke to Jason. Finally, you're here.
Evening. So we'll start from the beginning. I was a part of the King's Flag scam, was I?
Well, yeah, you were friendly with Kaylee, weren't you?
So that makes me a part of it. Yeah.
Well, you made excuses for her and nobody else that was involved in it.
No, let's have the truth, the facts, and the evidence, Duper, not
Why
the
was
bullshit.
that? Why was that?
So the King's Flag fraud was.
was you involved in calling them out?
So you want to ask me,
was
then you don't want me to answer a question, yeah?
Hold on.
You're scared of the truth, right, Duper? You're actually scared of the truth. It's embarrassing.
And then you can answer it.
Well, you've asked, and we've not moved past the first thing, so you don't need to say anymore, do you? You need to sit back and let me answer the question, don't you? Yeah, because you're scared of the truth, Duper.
Were you involved? Were you involved with Kaylee and all of the other people that you say followed them, like Pauline Smith? Apparently, you knew that person was involved in it. You knew Danny Oakes Jones and all these other people that were supposed to be involved in it that you keep calling out. Were you not involved with all that?
You're just lumping it all in together. It don't make no sense. There was one side and another side.
To us then.
There was two very different sides, weren't there, Jupiter, if you're honest?
I don't know, because I weren't involved.
Oh, you don't know, but you know that I was involved in all this, whatever. You just talk shit. You just say whatever you want and hope any of the shit that you fling will stick. You know nothing, Jupiter. You just
I know nothing about the King's flag. That's absolutely right.
Idiot.
I didn't try and call it out, and I wasn't involved in it. You're absolutely right.
The King's flag scam.
But you were involved
the King's flag fucking scam happening, which was targeting veterans and trying to get them to storm Parliament based off the back of a fucking 20-year scammer, his fucking scrapbook, which made him the King of fucking England. That's what happened. So, what does that make me a cunt? Yeah.
No. But then why did you excuse the person that was collecting the money?
Pardon?
Why did you excuse Kaylee when she was the one doing the scamming, collecting the money?
Because I had a chat with Glenn Zaffer and he asked me for the fucking good of the people or whatever. Just cool it with a few things and whatever. We give Kaylee a chance and we give your handler Wake Up UK a chance.
Right. So where's your proof that Jason's my handler?
What do you mean? Where's my proof? He's literally in the back of all your shows feeding you shit.
No, he's not.
No, he is.
No, he's not. No more than anybody else that comes here and says, "Can I drop something in the back?"
Well, there's like tons and tons of lives. It has happened. So
Donna comes here every day and often drops things. Adam
when
comes here
on
every
your
day.
Live a long time ago.
Hold on, then.
Did we not go over it all?
Donna comes here every day and drops
Did I not actually prove my case? Did I not?
No.
I didn't. All right. So you don't. I just re-air it then. So I didn't come onto your show.
We don't care about your opinions.
I didn't come onto your show, and we didn't get Jason to actually jump on after he even pulled him up and said, "Look, just let's have it out now, rather than drag it out front." Did he not jump on, and did he not actually supply the 7 links that I told you that he had done, where he platformed and protected the King's flag scammers? Did that not happen? No. See, your problem, you forget where we've already been.
No, I don't forget. I'm going to answer you.
No, you do.
I'm going to answer you. So, yes, then. There was a situation where Jason came up and you said to him, "Can you drop me 7 links, Jason? And I'll stop talking about you." He gave you the 7 links and you broke your promise because you're not a man of your word. You're dishonourable. Secondly, all of the stuff that was in that was irrelevant to everybody, only you, because you thought it was going to give you evidence. Because the truth behind your persecution of Jason is that you believe that he doxed your address.
Well, everything that you've just said is back to front, isn't it, Jupiter?
No.
So, from start to finish, he platformed that scam. He platformed it, protected it, doxed people around attacking it. Where do you want to go with this? All the evidence is already out there, and you're already aware of it. You're just now playing coy, like, I'll just try and remix it. The evidence is there of your own show.
I'm going to tell you what I see.
No
I'm going to tell you what I see, and then you can go off and make your videos like you do.
I don't have to make a video. I just have to re-air your old video, Jupiter. That's all I have to do.
It'd be better if you listened, and then you'll have the content, wouldn't you?
I don't need content, Jupiter.
Well, you do. You do need content.
I don't do lives. You're in competition with somebody that's not even there, so...
Okay. I'm in competition with somebody who's not even there. Who am I in competition with?
I don't do lives. I don't care
no, you
for
don't
a channel.
Do lives.
This is not my life. You're on this
you do videos on Jupiter.
Every day,
so you do need content, and it would be helpful.
Why would I need content if I don't care for a channel? Are you mad?
If you don't care for my channel, why'd you talk about it so often?
I said I don't care for my channel. I don't. Why would I? It's not even active. When was the last time I did a live, Jupiter?
Okay, so you won't be using this discussion tomorrow, will you?
No, other people will, won't they?
Okay. So if I see it on your channel, I shall strike it, okay?
Oh, you strike all the time anyway. It's never in there, is it?
No, I don't. So if I see it on your channel,
you've admitted only days ago that you sit in a private group striking people's channels.
Content, but you don't need it. So
yeah, look, you just don't like the truth. You've admitted days ago that you sit in a private group and you strike channels. Let's not lie, Jupiter. So that was days ago. You might not have been able to remember what I said a minute ago.
I struck Clownwheel. Yeah, I'll take that as a strike. Yeah, they went after Team Tommy. I struck Clownwheel, and I struck Bass Luke, who got out of it. Yeah.
Who else?
That's it.
No. Just name the ones that you named a couple of days ago. Just name the ones that you named a couple of days ago. You must be able to remember a couple of days
Who
ago.
else have I struck?
Did you not
Oh,
strike
Kermit.
Nines' channel?
Kermit, a troll.
Yep, Kermit, Nines.
Nines has never been struck by me because I use
Well,
her
you said
material.
days ago that you did, and you was laughing about it. So.
No.
Which is true.
Nines has never
Today's
been
version
struck
of
by me.
events.
Oh, tell a lie. About
Yeah.
5 years ago, when she was slagging off my husband, yeah.
So you've been doing these private strike rooms for 5 years, is what I've just heard. Well, there's been recent ones, and there's been ones by the sounds of it 5 years back.
I will strike people that go after my family, yeah. I will strike people that go after Clownwheel, go after Team Tommy. Yeah.
So how did Nines go for your family then?
None of your business. Let's get back to you.
Yeah, let's get away from that. You can't answer the question,
We know
can you,
that you're
Juice?
doing a diversion. Okay?
No, I'm not diverting.
We've agreed
You're trying to bury
that
me
you're
in
not going
things
to
that
be
I
using
haven't
this
done.
on
I'm
your
just pointing
channel.
out things that you have done. There's a big difference.
So
I don't have to lie.
I'm going to have to keep putting you in the back then, because obviously you don't want to allow me to speak. I allow you to speak. You don't allow me to speak. I'll let you back up and I'll finish speaking. So the agreement is that we're having this conversation, but the minute you use it on your channel in any way, shape or form, it will be struck because you say you don't need me for content. Okay?
Just tell me when I'm allowed to speak.
I told you when I finished speaking, which I'm waiting for you to respond.
Yeah, but if you could have just having to keep doing this every time I tell the truth, it's a bit pointless, isn't it?
No, I'm doing it every time you speak over.
I'm not making up things that you've done. I'm not lying about you. I'm just pointing out what you've actually said and done. And you don't like it, you have to throw me in the back. You're making lies up, telling people I'm part of a King's Flag scam when I actually exposed the King's Flag scam. I didn't even hear half the rest of the shit because I was trying to get on air. All you've done is fill people with shit about things that I haven't done. The only two things that any of the people around you can pull up is, then went to a fucking mosque and said to a guy, you smell a 7-year-old. Yeah, I did. I went to Disbury Mosque that killed fucking 22 children in Manchester, injured 50. I was angry. I said some shit to provoke him, so fucking what? And then your other fucking example is, he went to an autistic man's house. Yeah, the autistic guy that was fucking calling me a nonce, a fucking woman beater, after being fueled by your mate Moon. And it was shown that Moon did know all that before it fucking happened. He felt...
Right, I don't know what you're talking about, Den, and because you just keep on talking, because what you think you're going to do is come up to my channel, fling out accusations, not allow a response. I'm going to have to keep putting you in the back until you explain yourself. So, Den, yeah? Can you explain what you're talking about? Because I don't know who this autistic person is that you say done all this shit that Moon knew about. Explain.
Sean, you do know.
Right, so Sean, yeah, what about Sean?
Remember when you was telling him, pour fucking bleach in your kettle if you've got no water in your tap, Sean, go and pour that on his dog, stab his dog, do this, do that. Remember when he was instructing this autistic guy that you're going on about? He tried making out how he's the bastard.
Remember what I said to Sean. I think I told him.
What did I say?
I think, yeah, that not only did I tell him to stab your dog, I said if you turned up at my house, I'd stab the fucking dog. Yeah. Because you went to an autistic guy's house to harass him to make out that you was a hard man. And I think that was disgusting. Even if someone is on the left, which he might be, I don't know. I think he probably is. I don't know.
He obviously is. He was inviting the boat.
Oh my God. You're doing it again. Even if somebody is on the left, to actually want to go and attack an autistic man who hadn't really said fuck all to you, yeah, was just unbelievable. And I weren't the only person who thought you was a wanker for doing what you were doing.
When I'm not even speaking, you're putting me in the back. So
I put you in the back because you don't let me finish. You tried to talk over.
You put me in the back when you know I'm right, and it looks bad on you. You filled in with the shit. I didn't.
Right, people can quite clearly see that this man's not with reality.
Well, I can just put out the video and they can make up their own mind, Jupiter. And on
Well,
your
this
channel, it was
video's
on
going out
easy,
live.
so
I've got
you're not going to
114
strike that,
people
are you?
listening.
Pardon?
You heard?
No, I didn't. That's why I
I've
said
got
pardon.
three times the amount you'll get on a single video already listening.
I thought I said earlier on it wasn't a competition. I don't do lives. I haven't got an active channel. You
Well, you
literally in
said
a
put the video
competition.
out, and I'm telling you, it's going out live. It will go out to the wider right audience anyway.
You've got about as big as
And then I'm
audience
sure
as
the
Ghost,
trolls that
and
love
I'm sure
trolling,
Ghost
your
will.
friends, Ghost,
Yeah.
and all of the rest of the Hope Not Hates that you're friends with, that you actually do videos and then put at Ghost so that Ghost can use them, yeah? Whilst you go around calling everybody else Hope Not Hate, but you're actually giving Hope Not Hate videos, which is remarkable, yeah?
Whose friends are Hope Not Hate, mine or yours?
Yours, Ghost.
You don't think Moon was, even though she told you on your own show that, yeah, I've
I
been
think there's a good
reporting all these
possibility
people
that
to
she
Hope
may have
Not
been.
Hate
I don't
and
know. I
prevent.
can't prove it.
Well, you've said plenty of times that she is. So you're either a liar then or you're lying
I
now.
just told you. I think there's a good possibility she is, but if
Yeah.
it was to go to a court of law, I couldn't prove it.
And what about Wendy?
No, I don't believe Wendy is.
But you said on the one-to-one previous to this that she's definitely Hope Not Hate. You can see it now yourself, haven't you?
When?
On a previous one-to-one with me on your channel, Jupiter. All these things are recorded and documented.
Well, that's when she was sitting with Danny
Just
Oakes-Jones
be
and all those people,
consistent.
and it
When
was
you're not
beginning to look that
consistent,
way.
people can see through and
It
see
was
what you're about.
beginning to... Right, oh my God, you don't want to listen again. So, when she was sitting with Danny Oakes-Jones, I was highly suspicious and I thought it was very, very probable. Yeah? But then I've been given a very good explanation as to why she was sitting there. It all made sense, but because you don't know what goes on in the background or who talks to who or the history of people, you wouldn't have a clue about that, would you?
I don't get why you keep kicking me off. It's a bit immature.
You keep over-talking, and if you stop over-talking me, then I won't put you in the back.
No, but you'll ask me something, and then I'll respond, and then because you don't like me response, you'll cut me off. That's not me, that's you. That's your you problem.
Have you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. That's completely not true.
Well, people listening can probably hear that it's not actually me doing that, it's you.
They can see.
No, they can hear.
Yeah. They can see and hear.
Well, there's nothing to see.
But at the end of the day, every time I try to speak, you talk over me.
So, like I said, you've said that Wendy was, and now you're saying that Wendy isn't. So that's, again, a you problem.
Right, okay. Let's talk about that. How's it a you problem? Why does it bother you?
Because you've said to the internet, you're following, whatever, for months and months and months, that Wendy's definitely Hope Not Hate. She's definitely this, that, and the other. And today, because you sat back with her, she's not. Like when Moon did it.
Right. One at a time, then. So let me respond to this. So if I, at any time, when I'm thinking about things, say to my audience that I believe one thing, and then I gain different knowledge and my position change, it doesn't mean that it's a problem. It means that I have changed my position based on new knowledge. I know you don't understand that, but you want to prove that people are Hope Not Hate, yeah? Because you got taken to prevent and you've got an axe to grind with people, even though at the moment you're running around telling people to join with the Shield because it's not a right-wing group. So you're not right-wing, are you then?
Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah. Are you right-wing?
I've never claimed to be anything. I've claimed to be a concerned parent. That's it.
Okay. So you're not right-wing?
I wouldn't say I'm anything. I'm smack bang in the middle. I've got a multicultural family, as you know, because you've highlighted my Muslim wife.
So why, if you're slap bang in the middle, why do you run around calling people lefties all the time?
Because lefties are fucking mentally unwell freaks, obviously. Why would I
Okay.
not?
So you don't like leftists, but you don't like people on the right either, do you?
I like people if they're decent people, whether they be left or right. But as a rule, generally, the people on the right are more middle of the road, and the people on the left are fucking more mentally
So why are you
fucking
going
unwell.
around telling people that the right have got no answers?
What do you mean, no answers? No answers to what? Do
No
you mean no
answers
lawful
to
solutions?
changing things in the
No
future.
lawful solutions, you mean? They haven't.
Well, they have got lawful solutions.
Like what?
Well, they go on protest, that's lawful.
Protest don't do. It don't
Join
achieve
pressure
anything.
groups, that's lawful.
All the wait,
They
all the
write to their
protests,
MPs, that's lawful.
all the protests, and this, that, and the other. All it does is wake people up. That is the only good aspect of it. There is no resolve. There is no
So
solution
there
to
is a
it.
good aspect to having a protest.
Well, Glenn Zaffer agrees with me.
So Glenn Saffer agrees with you on what?
That protest, it's done its job, and that was fucking probably 5 years ago, something like that.
Okay.
4 years
And
ago.
what's that meant to mean to us over here? Why are we supposed to go, oh, Glenn Saffer, so we should all change our minds? What's that supposed to mean?
You know that Glenn Zaffer's Tommy's head security?
No, it's not.
No, he is.
No, it's not.
Well, he has been for the fucking 16 years that
No,
he's
he
been
has been
around.
in the past and he often turns up, but that doesn't mean he's had security at every single protest. No, he's not.
What would be being finicky for? For 16 years, he has been his head security, has he not?
No, he hasn't.
Right, well, Glenn doesn't agree with that, and Tony doesn't agree with that, and neither does Tommy. You do know that I've been sat in a pub with Tommy and Glenn and all this. You do know that, don't you?
Right, you've been sat in a pub with Glenn and Tommy. What's that supposed to mean to me?
So there was.
It's mad. It's like you're trying to like make all these
So
people that they don't know out, but you know it all.
Then,
It's mad.
then.
Can we would just wait with this one, Wendy, because we're just trying to sort a few
No, I just
things
want to
out.
put you right
It just
on
gets
Glenn.
confusing
I
when
just
there's
want
two
to
of
tell you
us.
that Glenn has been to every protest
Yeah, yes.
in
Yeah.
the last 2 years. So
Yeah.
for one that thinks that protest doesn't do any good, he goes to every one. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people
No,
will.
there's
that
been a
can-
couple he hasn't gone to, Wendy, but Den seems to think that he's Tommy's head of security,
He
but
is.
he's not.
He is. If
No,
he
he's not.
isn't
He's
as
one of
of
the security.
if he
He's not the
isn't
head
as
of
of the last
security.
year or two, then it might have changed. As you know, came away from it 3 years ago, and I've not looked back since. So
Okay, so this is the question that I wanted to ask you, Dem. Yeah? If you left the Tommy movement, why have you spent all your time following people who actually do still support Tommy and haven't become disloyal or disenfranchised like you? Why do you follow them around,
Let's not skim
telling
over it.
them what
How
they
have I
can and
become
can't do
disloyal? How have
to
I
be in
become?
it? Well, I think you are disloyal. I do think you're disloyal.
Would you want to list the reasons then? And then we can go
Okay.
over it.
Because you spend a lot of time causing division amongst the people that do support him. Because you help make videos that slander people, create false narratives and give them to the left. You tag the left in. You also use left people's videos quite often to slander people, even though you object to them, those same people, when it's you. Yeah. I don't know if Wendy is aware, but he's been doing videos on you as well, Wendy. And last but not least, in most recent days, you've been going around bigging up the Shield, which is a scam, which is going to con people out of a lot of money.
It's a scam, is it?
And telling people that the reason they should join it is because it's not a right-leaning group and it's not connected with Tommy Robinson.
Well, there's a lot of things that are not connected to Tommy Robinson, so what?
Yeah.
So have you joined the Shield?
I just hang on a sec, Wendy, because Jupiter's just named like 5 things we've got to go over now. So the people that have attacked, have we got examples of that? Do you want to bring any names forward, or?
Well, anybody,
We're not doing a broad
Babs,
brush. We need to be
myself,
exact. I've jumped on. Let's be exact.
Myself, Babs.
I wouldn't class you or Well, Babs is just, I don't know what Babs is, but I wouldn't class you as on the right. I class you as doing what's fashionable today. It was only a couple of years ago. He was calling Tommy a grifter on Easy, so
No. What
no,
I
he
actually
did.
said, no, that's Wendy. Wendy said she don't
No,
like
it
his
was
grifting.
you. No, it was
Hold
you.
on. And I said, I agreed with her on the boxing. He should never have said, if there's money left over, I'm going to use it for people to protect me to go and watch boxing. That's what I said. Because we was in
You
the,
said a lot more
because
than
we
that.
were in the middle of COVID.
You said a lot more than that. I'm just being generous, just saying that you definitely
That's not
called him
true.
a grifter.
That's not true. But can I remind you, by the way, Tommy Robinson is well aware of what I say. A lot of people that know Tommy Robinson are well aware of what I say, and that Tommy Robinson is a free speech absolutist. He doesn't like yes men, then.
For all we know, that could just be more lies, or couldn't it, Jupiter?
Could be.
Yeah. Just so we're being transparent, because you have told a lot of lies. You told a
Have
lot
I?
tonight already.
Have I? Have I?
Yeah.
Like what? What then? What am I lying
From
about?
start to finish, the first thing you said, I was part of this King's flag scam. No, I exposed
But
it.
you was. You was. I said you was
No, I
involved with
exposed
the King's flag. And was you not
that. Does that
involved
not
with the
sound
King's
like
flag?
you've implicated me into something that I was actually on the opposite side of? Does it not do that?
Sorry?
Does
Was
it
you
not
not
the way?
involved with them?
Does it?
Wendy?
No.
Wendy,
Yeah,
have
he
you
was.
not? Have you
Oh,
not
why are you
heard that
bringing
he was
Wendy
part
into
of
it? She
it?
can't remember what colour her kids are. Are you joking? Let's leave Wendy out of it. Let's just
No,
say me and you.
because you've had plenty to say about
You've
me
made some
then.
accusations. They're not true.
Apparently, I owe you an apology. For what?
No, I said you probably owe Danny Tomo an apology. You called him a
For what?
paedophile and a
For what?
nonce. You called him a paedophile and a nonce, and he wasn't.
Well, I don't like Danny Tomo. I'll call him what I want.
So you just because you don't like him, you call him a paedophile.
I'll
Yeah,
call him what I want. You don't get to
that's
tell me
fine, Wendy.
who I can
She
say
To me,
never
things
it just
called
to.
him a
shows
paedophile,
the room,
actually.
the
The tapes
caliber
don't
of the
show that. The
person.
evidence don't show that. What it shows is that she said he was a nonce.
No, Ghost has already played it, like you just said. She definitely said
But
paedophile,
then
didn't
the
you, Wendy?
problem is, I don't like him. I'll call him what I want.
Yeah.
You don't get
And
to
I've
tell
just said
me
to
who
you,
I
it's
can
fine. You're
call
showing
names
the
and who I
room
can't.
the caliber of yourself. When
No,
you
it
don't
doesn't.
like
It
someone, you
shows how
call them a
nutty
paedophile.
you are. It just shows how nutty you
No,
are.
it just shows when you don't like someone, you will call them a paedophile. That's
And
what
what
it
you think
shows.
Danny Tomo is an upstanding
I
individual.
don't think it matters. I don't really like Danny Tomo, but I won't make him a
Yeah,
paedophile when
whatever.
he's not. When
Right,
Yes, you
so
would.
then I need to explain to you what I think, and if Wendy agrees, then she can agree with me, and if not, she can disagree with me. At the time that she said that, she believed that she'd been shown evidence by somebody that she trusted, who turned out to be somebody that many people on the right have been fooled by, namely Mandy Mosley. Now, Mandy Mosley pretended that they were close to the Blair brothers, fucked them off. Mandy Mosley also got involved with Active Patriot, got him into a load of shit so that he repeated lies about Glenn Saffer when Glenn Saffer's child died. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of person that they are. And Mandy Mosley got friendly with Wendy and told her, swore down, that she'd seen a video.
Yeah.
Yeah? So Wendy believed her. Why would a little old lady sit there telling you that you've seen a sex video, right? If it weren't true. What right-minded person would go on the internet and make a story up like that? Well, it appears Mandy Mosley did. Yeah?
When I
And we know
found
that...
out,
and we,
Jeeps, when I found out it wasn't true was when I spoke to the woman's father, and I'm saying woman because that's what, she was a fucking woman. She wasn't no child. And that's when I found out that Mandy had been lying all the time.
yep. And we also know that it's definitely not true because the police were willing to prosecute Mandy Mosley. I don't know if you're aware of that, Wendy, but I have actually got the email that Ginger Tony actually gave me that I could actually put out because, she gave me permission to, but I've never ever gone that far because I said no. Because if that guy in the future ever wants to prosecute her, I wouldn't want to ruin his case by putting it out there to the public and people saying, oh, yeah, but he showed the email and all that shit. But I've seen the proof. I've seen the
you're
proof
talking, right.
that the
So you're
police were
talking.
going to prosecute Mandy Mosley, yeah,
Hang on.
behalf.
Are we at cross purposes here, Jupiter? Because I'm talking about Danny Tomo, not Ginger Tony's friend.
Right. So the video that she claims, Mandy Mosley claims that she watched, was shown to her by the bloke that was, what was his name now?
Oh, right. It was his. Yeah, I get it now.
Right. She
right.
reckons that he just walked her up to her in a shop
That's right.
showed her the video.
Yeah.
Turns out that wasn't true. He went to the police because he was going to go round her house and do a door knock, which he did do. Yeah. But wanted them to understand why he was so fucking angry. And they said they could prosecute her. So, we all know it's not a true story about Danny Tomo now, but you didn't save anybody, Dan, then. I don't know why you're getting yourself involved or why you're even bothered about Danny Tomo, considering you don't have nothing to do with the Tommy Robinson movement.
Exactly.
So, explain to us why it's so important that you get yourself involved.
No, it's getting a bit silly now. Everyone can literally hear. I'm not cutting anybody off, but yet I'm getting touched in the back.
Listen, stop over talking so no one can hear what's being said.
No, because Jupiter's just said every time that I over talk, I'll get through in the back, but I'm getting thrown in the back regardless. So I'll either have me say by talking over people, or I just get cut off.
People so that
No,
no
we've
one
just
else
tried
can
both
hear
ways, and
what's being
Jupiter
said
puts me in the back
apart from
regardless.
you.
So it'll have to be the first one, won't
Do you want to hear
it?
the truth, or do you just want to ramble?
I don't like Danny Tomo. I made no bones of that.
So I don't like
so why
Danny
are you pretending you care about him then?
Because I don't like any man being called a fucking paedophile when he's not.
So I was under the impression that the story that Mandy Mosley had given out was the truth. Right? For weeks
what made you think it was the truth, though, Wendy?
Well, because
Jupiter
she was
just said you
Hold
believe
on.
that you've
Wait.
seen evidence.
It doesn't
What
matter
evidence
what
do you
made me
believe?
think it was the fucking truth. I thought it was the truth.
Because of what evidence? Because of
Then,
what evidence?
wait a minute. Then I actually talked to the young woman's dad, who tells me exactly how old his daughter was.
Yeah, 26.
And it's nothing to do with being a paedophile.
Right, so what was the evidence that you seen to bring you to the conclusion to call the man a paedophile before he'd... Whatever, what was that evidence?
Well, different... just what Mandy told me, really.
Yeah, she didn't say evidence.
That's the problem.
She said she believed Mandy.
You believe somebody that lies
It
so
doesn't
easily.
matter. That doesn't matter. The fact is that I found the truth out, right? I found
How did you find the truth out? Did I not drag it out of Mandy?
The only one who's highlighted the fact that I said anything about Danny Tomo is you.
Yeah. Have you apologised?
Why? Why should she? What's it got to do with you?
Why should I apologise to somebody that kidnaps people?
She's called somebody a paedophile and they're not Jupiter.
That sleeps with vulnerable women. Whether she was underage or not, she was still very vulnerable.
So that's like saying,
meant to be there.
That's like saying, there's some horrible burglar that we don't like, but we can call him a paedophile. Makes no sense.
Hold on a minute. Right, I need to get to the bottom of this, Wendy. Sorry for interjecting. I know you're angry, but this is mental. What's it got to do with you, then?
Well, why should it not have anything to do with me?
Well, why should it? It's not your
argument.
Allowed
an opinion? Not allowed
you are allowed an opinion.
I'm not allowed to stop when someone's lying.
You overstep just having an opinion. So we've heard your opinion. You think she's out of order for saying it. That's all that matters.
Who pulled the lies out of Mandy Mosley? Was it you or was it?
Oh my God. Right, so I've got to put him in the back again because he won't let me finish talking. What I'm saying to you, Den, is Wendy had an opinion, just like you've got an opinion. She aired an opinion. You don't like her opinion that she aired, even though she's changed that opinion. Okay? What's it got to do with you? Why do you think you've got the right to follow anybody around demanding an apology? If Danny Tomo is not demanding it, who the fucking hell do you think you are?
Do you think Kyle Breach has deserved one?
Who?
Kyle Beecher.
No, you can't say I said anything about that man because I didn't.
Are you sure?
I am 100%. I don't
Jupiter
even know
knows
who
you
he
did.
is. All I
Jupiter
know is
knows you
that I
did.
think he
No,
isn't that the guy
I'm
that
waiting
that
to
Mandy
hear
claimed
what
was
your
in the
evidence
fucking
is of
shop.
this.
You're having a laugh,
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Jupes, isn't he the guy that Mandy claimed was in the shop and showed her the video?
Yes.
Well, I never said nothing about him.
You all made out he was a nonce, Wendy.
Well,
Liar.
I certainly didn't, because
Liar.
that's
I didn't say
I
you
didn't.
did,
That's
Jupiter.
why
I did not say you
Tony
did.
and
No,
I
you
did not
keep
say
trying
came
to
on
you
say
to
did.
our
I did,
show.
Jupiter.
I did not
You
say
are a
you
liar,
did. I
then.
said
You're a
Wendy,
liar.
Mandy,
You said you're
Danny,
all.
You're a liar.
Simon.
You're a liar.
Because you've changed seats, Jupiter. When I say
I used to
all of
say to
them,
Mandy,
you're including
who's that
yourself.
bloke again?
Again, that's
Who's
a you
that
problem.
bloke again?
Kyle
What was
Beecher.
his name? What was
Kyle.
his name? I
Fucking
didn't
hell,
even
she did.
know who he is.
I've said his name like 10 times, Linda.
Pete, you see, this is why I wrote in the chat the other night. This shield thing, if it is all above
No, let's
board
not
and everything
distract
else,
onto something else.
you do not.
No,
You
I don't fall for
should
your
not
deflection,
be a
Wendy.
fucking member. No.
Wendy, I'm not brand new. Don't fall for your deflection. Let's stay on topic.
You shouldn't be a member
No,
of
let's
that.
stay on topic. You made out, you and your little weird group over that side at the time, Mandy Mosley, Simon Lord,
Find
Danny,
me something where I said something about what was his name? Carl? Whatever.
Kyle.
Right. Show me something then.
You've not named him because obviously you don't even know his name. You just happy to call people pedophiles.
Who are you working for? Who's asked you to do all this?
Are you having a laugh?
I don't even know the man.
I'm asking you.
Someone. I need to work for someone.
On what authority do you think you can act like a policeman going around asking people about their views?
Old women like yourselves can call people paedophiles with no evidence, and you make out that usually somehow the victims.
So you don't think people are allowed to think somebody looks like a paedophile or acts like a paedophile or does something that they think is creepy and colloquially uses the phrase, "Oh, he's paedophilic"? You don't think you're allowed to do that, no?
So you've not agreed with me in the past, Jupiter, then, no? That Wendy made out she'd watched the video.
Let's put it this way,
she did make out she'd watched the video, did she not?
What I said about Danny Tommel.
No, when I heard you replay the
stream, it was in one stream.
I can't hear.
You could
Wendy,
barely
just 1 minute. I can't hear Jupiter.
No,
did you say no then?
And you could barely fucking hear it then, and it's only been you that's fucking highlighted it. Why?
Okay, Wendy, that's fine. Did you say no then, Jupiter?
Not as far as I can remember, no.
All you have to do is go and watch the previous 1-to-1. It's madness.
But then I'm really not interested. I don't know why it's important.
Well, that's your own word, stupid. That is the best evidence, is it not?
Yeah, but I don't know why that's important. What does that mean?
I don't know why you keep doing musical chairs and then all your facts and evidence don't fit anything, does it? It's got to be embarrassing at this stage.
I'm going to answer you. The fact of the matter is, when I gain new knowledge about situations, I will change my opinion. It's as simple as that, then. But I want to understand who gives you authority to be questioning everything, and why is it only myself and Wendy and Babs, which are three ladies that are of the elderly persuasion, that you seem to be arguing with all the time? Why is it you never... So have you gone an active patriot for the things that you said about Glenn Saffer? Not that I want you to go active patriot, or that I've got any argument against active patriot. But I want to know, why haven't you gone after him? If you're such a saviour of people that are wronged, why haven't you done anything about that?
I don't get why I keep getting dashed in the back. When I'm not cutting anyone off and I'm not over-talking anyone,
are you going to answer the question, or are you going to make
why am I
Caitlin
getting
hear
put
it?
in the back? It's mad. It's like you've got...
So you're deflecting. You're not going to answer why you haven't gone
you've got really thin skin and you can't bear people's...
What about active patriot?
What are you scared of, Jupiter?
What about active patriot and what he said about Tommy Robinson and his cousin and Glenn Saffer? What about that?
Answer the fucking question, then.
Not being funny, but Wendy made out that Glenn Saffer was a nonce along with PC Jones. So
liar.
Yes,
no,
she did.
No. Deborah has, because she's close to Glenn Saffer, so that's a lie.
You better watch your
Say that
fucking mouth,
again.
Terrigan, I'm telling you, because no, I
Say
never.
that again. Yeah, you did, Wendy. I've got the
Liar.
video.
Right,
Well, I'll put the
answer
video
Jupiter's
out. I'll put the
questions, so.
video out.
Answer Jupiter's questions. Have you had words and have you called out active patriot?
Active Patriot's not on my radar in the slightest.
Oh.
Okay, so
Is he not with the
Active
PA
Patriot's
lot?
not on your
Is he not
radar,
with?
but did you like Glenn Saffar?
Is he not with the PA lot? Are they not beyond the pale anyway?
Do you like Glenn Saffar?
Mm-hmm.
And you've got a lot of respect for him, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you think about Active Patriot lying and saying that Glenn Saffar was a paedophile, slept with a 15-year-old
I
in a
think it's
tent?
disgusting. I think it's disgusting that Wendy agreed with it.
But you
No,
haven't, you're a
No,
liar.
she didn't, though.
I've
She
got an
didn't.
actual
Well, I will
string.
just put
Right.
the video out because
Yeah,
you
well, she
two
can put
lie.
her video out to
I'll
prove
put
you've
mine
lied.
out as well, yeah, prove
Yeah.
you fucking completely
All
wrong.
I have to do is put you out doing it. You have to dig yourself
Go
out
on
of not
then.
doing it
Go
somehow.
on then.
Okay.
It's like when you
Because
said,
then I'll
"Oh,
put
I
mine
didn't
there
out.
were
call
many
Danny Tomo a
people.
paedophile, but
There
then
were
I put
many
the
people
evidence
that
out
got
of you
lied
doing it,
to by
and now you
Mandy
don't like it,
Mosley.
do you?"
There was
No,
many
look,
people that got lied to by Mandy Mosley. Have you followed Mandy Mosley around?
No. I
listen to me, you
I had
sick
a couple
cunt,
of conversations with her.
Active
I brought out
Patriot
the
came
facts and the
onto my
evidence.
channel.
She exposed
Active
herself
Patriot
while having a
came onto
discussion
my
with me.
channel.
As you know full well,
Called
because you
Glenn
reviewed it, Jupiter,
Saffar
and you
a
said, "Oh, Den
paedophile.
Farragon did really well."
Yeah,
Pulling the fact.
called Glenn Saffar a paedophile. He called me a bitch because I wouldn't fucking agree with him. So you put your video out, right, Den? And then I'll put my stream out. All right, Den?
Yeah. Wendy, don't overtalk him because he's making himself look a fool. I know you're telling the truth. Don't panic about all this. I know what he's trying to do and it ain't going to work. So then, I know it annoys you.
I've got the full videos. Do you think? Well, you know full well I have. You know I have.
So then,
them out there.
I will do.
So then,
you know I will.
Then?
Yes.
Okay. Right. You know when you went and questioned Mandy Mosley, which was on Base Luke's, and I can ask Blake Base Luke for the whole recording.
You don't have to.
You do realise
you reviewed it, Jupiter.
You do. I know I reviewed it. I reviewed it on Base Luke. Yes,
no, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. That's where it happened. It didn't happen on my show.
No, that was later. You reviewed.
So where did you call her out then?
Pardon?
Where did you call her out then?
On Luke's. Luke let me.
That's what I just said. Are you thick?
So you reviewed it both. It's happened twice.
So hang on.
But I just said when you called her out on Base Luke's, and you said no, you never. You reviewed it, and I said yeah, I reviewed Luke's. You said no, you never. And then I said, so where did you call her out? You said on Luke's.
Well, I've got two views. It's hard trying to whatever.
So what did you say to Mandy?
Hold on, I haven't finished saying what I want to say, Wendy. It's because his mind is programmed, right? He's programmed.
No, you two are talking over each other. The thing you keep kicking me off.
So then, when you called out Mandy Mosley on Base Luke's, when you bring the date and then we bring the live streams of previous to that, when you didn't have a clue what Clan World was up to or what they were, because you had to wait for Moon.
I told you.
You had to wait for Moon.
We're just going to have to re-air our previous one-to-ones, Jupiter, because we've covered all this. We've already covered all this. It's like talking to someone.
When we proved that you only felt able to go and question her after she was called out by Moon and myself, and then went later on.
Are you having
how
a
you
laugh?
going to feel? You're going to feel a bit
You only started calling things out once I was ripping it apart, and you knew this is not going to look good because he's ripping them apart. The truth's coming out.
So why did me and Moon
falling apart?
Okay, why did me and Moon fall out with Danny Oakes-Jones? Can you remember?
Why would I know what you mean, dude? I've literally.
Oh, I know.
Two least interesting people on fucking YouTube. You both lie.
Do you know how Danny Oakes-Jones got hold of the material that Clan World was putting out?
Do I know how Danny got hold of what material? What are you on about?
You don't. So he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
You're right.
Clarify what it is. You're just saying the stuff. What stuff?
Right. So the stuff that Clan World was putting out with public annoyance. To attack Team Tommy,
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How did Danny Oakes-Jones get hold of it?
He didn't have to get hold of it. It was all fucking voice notes and shit that people had put loyalties into some dumb cunt.
How did he get hold of that if he weren't in Clown World? Because he wasn't in Clown World. How did he get hold of it?
Clown World is in with Danny Jones, obviously.
No, he's not. He hates
No,
Danny
he's not.
Jones.
No, he is
God.
not.
All
No,
right.
he is not. You don't know the
All right.
connections.
All
You
So-
haven't got a clue, then.
How did Danny Oakes-Jones get hold of all that stuff that Clown World was using to try and attack Team Tommy?
If you've got new information, spit it out.
It's not new, it's old information.
I'll spit it out there.
He got it because me and Wendy would not put the information out and attack Team Tommy.
That's all right.
So Clown World stuck it in Real's Telegram group.
We refuse to
Is
put
this
this
after
out.
the 9 months of you going through it all, but not actually critiquing it? You was just adding opinions on top of it to make Danny Tomo a
We
paedophile.
never added opinion.
No,
What
it
the
was
fuck
nothing
were
to
you
do
talking
with
you've
about?
let
Danny Tomo.
I
There's
think you've
nothing
let
to do with Danny Tomo. See,
Well,
this
it
is
was.
where
Well, it
you are
was.
thick. You
No,
don't know
it
the
was.
ins and outs of
No, I do,
anything
though.
that's
That's the
happened.
problem,
And the
Jupiter. I
reason
do.
that you don't know, Den,
Yeah.
is because you weren't important enough. And let
Yeah,
me
you
ask
said
you this, Den.
You said this on the previous one-to-one
Den,
Jupiter.
did you have a clown?
Did you have a clown attached to you? Are we doing that one again?
Yeah, did you
No,
have a
I
clown
didn't.
attached to you?
All the useful idiots that fell for it and let them get trapped into some madness.
Okay.
All them had a
Did
clown
you
attached
have
to them.
a clown
You
attached
did.
to you?
You did. I
She
think
didn't.
Yep.
Zabida did.
I did. No, Zabida didn't. So yes, I did.
See,
So did Ginger Tony. Yeah.
See, on a previous
So did
time,
Danny Tomo. Yeah.
on a previous time, you said that
Yeah.
you was never in a group
So-
with Zabida,
Oh,
but you just
I'm in good
admitted it
company,
here
and
now.
I. Did you have a clown attached to you?
You've just admitted that you've been in a group with Zabida. You literally denied it
In
a
a
couple of
group with
days ago.
Zabida.
See
I
what
have
I mean about?
never been in a group with Zabida.
You've
You
just literally
idiot.
admitted it 40 seconds ago.
Right, he's
fucking
such a
group with
fucking
Zabida.
idiot. I just said
You
not
just admitted
Zabida.
it.
Zabida never had
You
a clown.
You did. Oh, man.
Shall I tell you how stupid you are, Dem, right? What you've done is you've
Yeah.
listened to Brian Earl. I know
I've
where he's
listened
got
to
this.
you.
I know
I've
where
used
he's got
your
this
own
from.
words
Okay,
that you've
right,
said
listen.
before.
I know where he's got this from, Wendy, right?
Right.
And he's just said he's listened to my own words, right? In other words, he sits in the darkness of his car, right, when he's kicked out of bed in the early hours, yeah?
Yeah.
And he sits with his dog farting in the back seat, and he listens to people's live streams, and he puts 2 and 2 together and comes up with 5.
5. Yeah.
Do you remember the time that somehow Zubida managed to get her way into Clown World and there was a hoo-ha and she was in there arguing with all the clowns?
Yeah.
Right. He thinks because we've discussed that, that meant that she was in the group.
No, she had nothing to do with nothing. No.
You see? This is how thick you are, Den.
Jupiter, it's mad. I've told you like 10 times. Ask your audience, where did they say? The one-to-one with me and you. That's where I've heard it. Out of your own mouth while we're having a conversation.
Right,
Not
when
sat in
we
a
were having a
car, not with
conversation,
a
what
dog
did you hear me
farting in the
say?
background, having a conversation with you. If you can't remember your own words, that's not my problem, is it?
No, you
Right.
twist the
What
words then.
was
No,
it that I
that's
said
Jupiter's
to you that made you think I was in a group with Zubida?
Maybe you should re-listen to your own fucking footage. That might
What
be a
was
try.
it that I said that made you think I was in a group with Zubida? You do know me and Zubida could never stand each other.
Are we on about just now on this live or previous to that?
No, previous to this, where you got this conspiracy in your head that I was in a group with Zubida.
You admitted it like you did just now.
Right, so Zubida breaking into a group, a Telegram group, finding a Telegram group that other people are in, yeah,
How did she
and
break
coming
in?
in
Did she have
and
a
arguing with all the
crowbar,
people
or
means she's part of the group.
how did she break in? Did she have a crowbar or? What?
Well, I assume that one of the clowns decided to turn and
No
gave her
matter
the link.
how she was in there with you, was she not?
No.
No, she wasn't. I was
Just
part of the
admitted
group.
she was.
Hold on.
Oh my day.
I was part of the group, but I wasn't there commenting. Wendy was arguing with her. The clowns were arguing with her. My phone would go off and I'd watch it, but I weren't involved. No.
I think I can't even be asked going over it. It's mad. You'll say something and then contradict yourself and then expect to remix it, and I'll just agree with you. Okay, Jupiter, yeah, that happened.
No,
Yeah,
you have got
that make you happy.
no other avenue
I've
other
got
than
your
to
own
agree,
words, Jupiter.
because
That is
you've
the
got
best
no
evidence.
proof to the contrary other than your
I literally
imagination.
have the conversation we had previous. It's not hard.
All right, okay. And when you put the conversation out previous, I want you to bring the evidence
Don't have to.
where
It's on
you
your own channel.
show,
Go and look
where I
yourself.
say Zubida or something. It'll probably be something like Zubida was arguing with Wendy in Clownworld.
Why am I
And
going to
you're
go
going to
around?
say, that means that Zubida was in Clownworld.
Why am I
That's how
going to
thick you
bother
are.
trying to prove your lies? If I was trying to prove your lies, I'd be here all day, all week, all
So,
month.
do you think that Clown World and Simon Lord were in a group together?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
was that?
Yes,
Yes.
Wanda. Yes.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Clown
So,
World despises Simon Lord.
no, did it? Oh man, are we doing this? I've got all the
I'm
lives
just telling,
around
but
it,
your
Wanda.
problem is you think you know
So you're
everything
not
when you
bothered if
don't.
I put your own lives out then, Wanda? There's no strikes. Yeah, I'll put them out and
The
then you
fact
can.
that, hang on, wait, okay, so the fact that Clown World will sit on my live with Simon on the panel,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's not what's real.
She
I'm
was
on about
even
what
sat there,
I
Wanda.
know for a fact. I know for a fact Clown World despised Simon.
Yeah,
And
now.
Simon despised Clown
Not at the
World.
time though, Wanda. You're trying to remix.
At the time and ever since, yeah.
Simon Lord was never
That's
in
not true.
Clownworld.
That's not true.
Simon Lord was never in Clownworld.
No.
The problem is, Jupiter, you've literally got lives where you've gone over it yourself and pointed out that there are some weird little creepy group and you've named them all, and Wendy was in that. Just because you've changed seats now, that's not my issue.
Wendy was in Clownworld. Simon was not.
But yet you've literally done
Wendy was in Clownworld because when I was asked to enter it, I added Wendy.
That's right.
I know you did.
Yeah. After asking if it was permitted, first of all.
Was Moon there before or after you, Jupiter?
Moon was Clownworld. She was a clown, you idiot.
Yeah. No, I'm aware. I'm just saying it because last time I asked you when you was friends with her.
You don't know anything.
No, I do. I do.
Questions?
I just remember what you've said, Jupiter, because a previous time you've said the opposite because you were sat with her.
Questions
You was trying to put a distance
if you
from
know
it.
everything.
I'll tell you your own words. This is how good my memory is, Jupiter. I'll tell you your own words what you said. Yeah? You said, oh, Moon come over later on because she's a bit of a nosy hole. Sorry about that, Moon, but you're a bit of a nosy hole sometimes. That's your words, Jupiter. I just quoted you. Yeah. So now what you just said today, it doesn't match, does it?
Well, it does because
so why don't you stop lying?
I'm going to explain.
Why don't you stop lying? Because it just makes you look stupid.
Here we go again.
Right.
So Den has got a little clipping of where we're explaining how Moon got involved with the stuff that Clownworld had sent to me and Wendy to put out that we refused to put out, which was attacking Team Tommy, right? Moon had already left Clownworld by then.
Yes, well out of it, yeah.
So Moon had a vested interest because Moon had been a clown who actually didn't like what the clowns were doing and reported it all to Ginger Tony. So she wanted to come over to see what was now going on so she could put her 2 pence in. Then.
I just think it's mad how many times you've had to move the goalposts. It's crazy.
But the funny thing is, Ginger Tony knows all this, so I've got no fear here. Team Tommy knows all this. That's why Team Tommy got up on stage and called out Clown World.
Yeah. Ginger Tony knows a lot.
Are you
that
aware
I've
that
said
Tommy
previous
called out
to all
Clown
this.
World on stage? Are you aware of that?
Ginger Tony knows a lot that I've said previous to all this and sent evidence of. So
Yeah, and she's going to laugh at it
no,
because
she
you're
hasn't laughed
putting
at
your
it
own
at all.
version to it, and she
No,
already
she hasn't
knows the
laughed at
truth.
it. No, she hasn't laughed at it. Like the
Yeah.
phone call I sent that proves. Like the phone call
Why
I
are
sent
you
her that
obsessed with
proves.
Clown World? What's this about? Why are you
Like the
obsessed
phone
with Clown
call
World?
that I've sent that proves Graham Cradder, the person that was on both your comment section when I jumped on there and warned you, that's Hope Not Hate. That's Graham
Who
Cradder.
cares?
He's
Who cares?
Simon Lord's mate, and he's come
So
from
someone
Hope Not
came
Hate.
into my comment section, and
No,
what does
he
that
was trying
mean?
to influence certain things, was he not, G? But be real. Don't say, oh, he just
No,
popped in and he's
I know the
random.
man. I've never spoken to him, and if you write something in my comments, it means absolutely nothing to me other than a comment in the side chat.
No. Him and Jason Tyler, Wake Up UK, was literally doing a tag team thing in the comment section, and I put my comment in there warning people, and I got blocked. So when people show you that person's Hope Not Hate, they get blocked. You explain that now, G, but that's up to you, isn't it?
You're talking absolute shit.
Well, I can prove it all, Wendy. That's the problem
He came
for
in
you.
the side chat, and he was being a pain, trying to cause arguments with people that were in the side chat, having an opinion on me deciding whether I was going to have Anne-Marie Waters on my panel or not.
Oh, right.
That was what Den's problem is. But are you going to go after the heretics? Because they've just interviewed her, by the way.
I think it's mad that nobody...
So don't you think you need to go and tell the heretics that she's Hope Not Hate?
I think it's mad that when somebody points out that that person's Hope Not Hate, you block the person that's warning people. That's what I
You
think.
see, your problem is, Den, you don't know nothing, and you're frustrated
Wendy,
because
I
you
clearly
know
do.
nothing.
I clearly do, obviously.
You don't.
You are
Not only
frustrated
do I know
because
it,
you
I
know
can
nothing.
prove
You got
I
blocked
spoke to Clown World on
for
the
going
phone.
on at people.
Yeah. You know nothing, Den.
In a side
you know
chat.
nothing.
Not
Wendy,
because
not only
of
do
what
I
you're
know,
saying. I don't take anything that you say as gospel, Den, because you get it all arse over tip.
Yeah.
well, that's why I provide
when
the
you
evidence of their own words.
When you accuse that man of being Hope Not Hate,
he
actually wrote in the side chat, "No, I'm not. I used to be Hope Not Hate, but I woke up."
Right. Isn't that what I said?
Oh, so he's
Isn't that what I said?
So you're judge and jury on that too. Okay.
Right,
Isn't
so
that
people
what I
can't
said?
change their minds. So Den thinks, right?
See how we've gone from it wasn't to now it is.
The
but
people that are openly
mad.
honest, are people that you've got to look at as dodgy.
Danny Roscoe watching
He thinks
this
that
one.
we're all too small-minded.
Is Danny Roscoe watching this one?
I don't know if Danny Roscoe's watching this. I hope he
There's a lot that Danny's missed, I think, to be honest.
No, Danny knows it all. When
once
he
you
asks
get
me,
the
I'll
bigger
tell him
picture,
stuff.
it don't look good. It don't look good, does it?
Danny hasn't missed nothing.
Danny don't miss nothing. He's very intelligent.
You fucking idiot. That's your trouble, though. You think you know everything and you don't know nothing.
No, I just think people
Wendy,
that have not been around too long.
The thing is, Wendy, he thinks that he's got the right? He thinks that he's the only one that if someone comes in your side chat, right, listen, he's over talking again.
Yeah.
He thinks that when someone comes in your side chat, right, who openly tells everybody, one of his advertisements for wanting to join the right is that he used to be Hope Not Hate, against racism, realised what they were, had his eyes opened, fucking called it out, and then joined the right. Right? Anybody who hears that is going to think, okay, that's really good. I'm glad that you're coming to the right, but I'm still going to keep it at the back of my mind that you was once Hope Not Hate. But he thinks we're all too fit to think like that, so he needs to keep telling us.
So you've actually listened to the phone call then, Jupiter, because you just literally said word for word what I said to the guy around that party when I contacted
the party. What fucking phone call?
Listen, actually let me speak, let me land, and then you can respond. That's how it's supposed to work, is it not?
Fucking phone call? What's he on about?
You've obviously listened to the phone call, because that is what I said to the guy. I said to him, well, if he is, and he has been around it, he should be kind of used as a weapon. Like, this person has come away from that party, now he's seeing the light, blah blah blah. I said, but he's not done that, and he admitted he's not done that, and he should have done that. So all you've done is
Yeah, but
use
who
my own
cares?
words.
Okay, who
Well, it's
cares?
important.
So what? Who's it important to?
The truth, the facts, the evidence.
No, it's not. What
Well,
it
it's not.
is, I'll tell you
It
exactly
makes
what
you
it
look a bit of a twat. I get that.
is. How does it reflect on me?
Because that's not how it played out at all, Jupiter. What they was trying to do is get
So
everyone
how
to
did
give
it?
Anne-Marie
So then,
Waters
this is
money.
Jupiter,
interesting now,
what is he
Wendy.
talking about?
He was
How does it,
getting
I don't know. It is in his own head.
he was
So how did
getting
it play
everyone to
out
sign
then?
up to Anne-Marie Waters' party, was they not, Jupiter?
What?
They weren't. So they weren't trying to get everyone to sign up to Anne-Marie Waters' party.
Well, didn't Tommy try to do that as well at one point?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's the problem then?
The problem is with the person that was told to be collecting the data didn't turn out to be the truth, did it?
But what I'm saying is, if Tommy was doing it and this other person was doing it, what's you know?
Well,
Right, Wendy, he's talking absolute nonsense, right? So all that was going to happen is that
who
I
was
asked
collecting the
Jason,
data?
you have Anne-Marie Waters on your show a few times. Can you get her to come on mine? I'd like to ask her some questions.
Right. Okay.
Who
That's
was collecting
fucking
the data?
literally all it was, right?
Who is collecting the data, Jupiter? Let's be honest.
I have no clue. I'm not involved with them.
No, you do. You do. Think back. You
No,
do.
I don't. I'm not involved with them.
You do. It was just after you wanted to talk about pyramids for 2 weeks after we had the conversation. It didn't look good then. It don't look good now.
Right, so I'm not allowed to talk about pyramids because you don't approve of that either.
No, because you asked me for the evidence. I put the evidence out the next day, and then you wanted to talk about nothing but pyramids.
What evidence did you have?
And get your simps to block me, if you remember.
What evidence did you have?
The evidence that shown that Hope Not Hate was wrapped around that camp of Anne-Marie Waters, and the data was being collected by that
you
handler,
believe.
that handler of yours.
You had evidence to believe. Right, so you warned everybody. Now what?
Well, in between, you ran with the Hope Not Hate video that Eric did that tried to prove me wrong, and that got shot down in 23 hours.
Right. Did you send me evidence to prove that Eric was Britain First and with Anne-Marie Waters?
Britain First. You said Britain First.
Or whatever the bloody hell she was. What was her party called?
Anne-Marie Waters.
Jada France.
No. Anne-Marie Waters' party. What was it again?
Oh, I can't remember. I just knew it as her. I don't know what the party was called.
So did you show me proof that Eric had signed up to Anne-Marie Waters' party?
I shown you that Jason had.
Right. And what's Jason got to do with Eric?
Eric put a vid. Oh, it's mad. You've used Eric's video as evidence to try and shoot me down, Jupiter.
I know Eric to be a troll. But when he shows, evidence of a video that is a live stream of you in the world actually being abusive, it doesn't matter whether he's a troll or not, the evidence is actual live evidence of what you did, which you admit you did do.
No, you like trying to distract her with another video or something. Let's stick on topic. The video that he did was to try and prove that I was wrong about the Anne-Marie Waters party and the collection of the data. That's the video that you used and went, look, there you go. Then Tarragon's a liar.
Well, I don't know what his motives are when he drops a video.
Now, that video was brought down in 23 hours by Eric himself because he knew it literally had the holes shot out the bottom of it.
This is unfucking believable. So
asking myself, why did he take the video down? I've got the video.
Came on
I've got the video.
My show.
Yeah.
To tell me that because I played a video of Eric's before I realised that he was a left-leaning idiot. Yeah.
No, you already knew. You already knew at that stage. You'd already made out you was a paedophile.
I had no clue.
Your son was a paedophile. Your husband was a paedophile. You'd already made all them people paedophiles, so you knew.
Right. Then you need to listen and then you can respond because this is getting too much now.
Who's Eric?
So because at some point I used a video of Eric's when Dem was being abusive to me, yeah?
Right.
You look around, you see what's out there. obviously there was a video out by Eric. I never knew Eric that well. Wendy, can you vouch? I've never really got on with Eric or known him.
You don't know him at all, no.
Thank you. I've never been in a private chat with Eric.
No,
I've never been in a fucking proper live stream with Eric. I think I've been on a panel once on Bleeding Arts with Eric. And that was when he was abusing me.
No, you don't know. No.
Right? So I've got no clue. I see this video that's dropped that other people have played. And so you're going at me. I get this video. I go, well, you go around saying that fucking Pakistani sniff 7-year-olds. And from that, you've concluded, yeah, that I know all about these hope not hate people. It's mental.
So hang on, wait a minute. He's been going on at me for saying that one man was a paedophile. Wait a minute. But you called a whole culture paedophiles.
We'll get on to you in a minute, Wendy. We'll just deal with this for now.
I'll come back
to it and I'll answer it, no problem. I'll come back to it, not a problem. Let's just stay on track with this one thing, because Jupiter's just mixed it up again. See, you just come out like you've mentioned another video. Stay on track. The video that Eric did about Amory Waters' fucking party, it was debunked within less than 23 hours.
I don't know what video he made about that party.
You did, because you used it, Jupiter, to try and shoot me down, but it shot yourself in the foot. No, I didn't. It did.
Right, I want you to bring the live stream where I've used about Anne-Marie's party. There is no way that I'm going to use a video that damages somebody's party. No way.
You did.
So I want you to bring the live stream with the visual evidence that I used Eric ECB's video going at Anne-Marie Waters.
Right, listen to what I'm saying to you, because you keep answering to things that I haven't said. So just listen to the actual words coming out of my mouth and then address what I've actually said. Yeah?
Right, go on then.
Eric, Hope Not Hate Eric, did a video after it had been discussed and whatever, and he was trying to make out like I'd got it all wrong, yeah? And you used it in the way of protecting the party.
Right, so he was defending Anne-Marie Waters.
Who was? He was, yeah, and you was, yeah.
Hang on, when does Eric become Hope Not Hate?
Okay. Well, that makes exactly. I'm going to ask him that in a minute. Yeah. So that makes sense then. I played the video where he brought out evidence. What does that mean?
But the evidence was bollocks, wasn't it, Jupiter? That's why. Well, why did he have to remove it 23 hours later?
Who?
Eric.
I don't know why he removed it.
Because it was bollocks. Me and Tom.
Whatever I play on my panel is for the audience to make up their own mind.
Me and Tom Prophet have discussed this, and we've discussed how disingenuous you was about it, because that was the only thing you looked at and the only thing you ran with, and we both laughed at you was running with Hope Not Hate videos.
And you think I'm bothered about what you discussed with Tom Prophet?
No, I'm just telling you what people's opinions are. There's probably more people in that Zoom room than there is watching these channels some of the time.
You're in a group, in a Zoom group with people on the left watching everybody else.
What? So Tom's on the left, is he?
Well, I would say so.
No, you just said Eric is Hope
Well,
Not
when
Hate,
I first met Tom, he was a supporter of Mark Collette. I wouldn't call him left, would you?
What about Eric? How do you know
National Socialists, I do call lefties, yeah. They're at extreme end of it.
So he's not far right, like everyone else thinks he is.
I would never have put Tom Prophet down as far right, no.
No, Mark Collette.
Mark Collette, I'd put him down as a socialist, a Nazi.
Far right, then, yeah.
I wouldn't call that far right. I'd call that a Nazi.
Which is far right?
No. National Socialists are extreme left.
Well, whichever way you want to run with it, it's neither here nor there to me, is it? I don't support it, but Tom did. Now, to me, that don't make him a lefter, but people will look at that different. It's debatable, I guess.
Jen, do you actually know what you fucking rambling on about?
Yeah, I do, Wendy. Yeah.
Right. So what does all this mean? So you think Eric is Hope Not Hate? What proof have you got on that? Because
he's shown him to be
before Eric thinks I'm endorsing that, because I don't know one way or the other. What proof
he's shown himself to be Hope Not Hate on many occasions, people.
How?
You're aware because you've put all these videos out in the past.
So because he might be a supporter of Anne-Marie Waters, and he might be defending her.
No, he wasn't.
Which is what? Well, you said it was. You said it was a video of defending Anne-Marie Waters.
You do know that Eric was enrolled by Jason Tyler.
Hold on a minute.
Like Danny
so
Jones,
he was defending
like
someone
AJ
on the
Tyler.
right against your accusations.
Jupiter,
And now you're calling him Hope Not Hate.
Do you not remember when I
Wouldn't Hope Not Hate be attacking somebody on the right?
Let me just jog both of your memories. Yeah. Do you remember the first conversation you ever had with me?
No, how the fuck would
no,
you?
you're not that
right. I'll jog your memories.
But I want you to. I don't want to. We could go on to that in a minute. I want you to answer this question. If Eric, right, and it's quite possible. I don't know. Eric is Hope Not Hate.
Yeah.
Why would he be defending a politician on the right?
He wasn't.
Why wouldn't he be attacking the politician on the right? And why wouldn't he be using your stuff to attack said politician on the right instead of actually defending the politician on the right from your attacks? It's you that actually looks like Hope Not Hate.
That makes no sense. Eric doesn't have an opinion. He just does what he's told.
It makes absolute sense.
Right, when you've asked me something, let me address it, because you just rattle off more bit.
Go on, I hope you're going to answer it.
Eric doesn't seem to have an opinion or stand on anything. He doesn't seem political in any way, shape or form.
But
he's just a troll.
Hope Not Hate.
Yeah, he's a troll of Hope Not Hate.
No, he's not.
What, because you say so?
I know.
He's literally admitted on your show, Wendy. He's admitted on your show.
To do with Hope but Not Hate.
Wendy, let me speak and just listen.
No,
it saves you looking silly and we have to put a video out. You'll probably remember. You'll probably remember when I say it. He's been on your show when they was discussing changing hands of that site that Jupiter's on and a lot of other people are on, changing the hands between Eric, who owned the site, to AJ because he's got nothing to lose. That was all done on there, and he was explaining all of it, how they're doing it, this, that, and the other. Eric's got a load of money to lose because he's got a big business.
It was done on where?
On your show.
No, it wasn't.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
It was not.
So I would remember
if that was ever said, I would be using that as evidence to assent to the police. That's a lie.
Well, okay. I'll just put the video out.
Because the police are well aware of that site.
I'll just put the video out then. I'll just put the video out. And then,
don't threaten, just do it.
Right, cool. Well, I will.
But you see how you get everything wrapped up. So apparently I'm a Hope Not Hate. Eric's Hope Not Hate, but Eric is attacking me.
No, the thing is with you, Jupiter, there's no
But
evidence.
He's defending people on the right and attacking me. But he's defending people on the right from Den, who's also attacking the right.
Jupiter, the thing is with you.
This is messed up then, and you can't even see it.
The thing is with you, Jupiter, if you was a genuine person, when I say that person's Hope Not Hate, you shouldn't throw me out. You should at least go, well, do you want to bring on any evidence? Do you want to jump on the panel? Not just block the person.
But we've allowed you to bring evidence then in the past.
No, at that point in time, Jupiter, Wake Up UK told you to fuck me off, and you fucked me off, and you let that shit run riot. Anne-Marie Waters got to walk away with all that money, and the data was collected by Jason Tyler for all that time. So he's got all that.
What money did she get to walk away with?
£30 a person people was paying to join, and that's why I had to go at what's he called, Tom Zero or whatever, because he was.
So are you going to get in touch with heretics?
Are
you going to get in touch with heretics and tell them that they shouldn't be interviewing her because she's a scam artist?
I'm neither in there to do with any of it.
Well, it is because the only reason that you decided to come in my side chat was to tell me that I couldn't interview her because I wanted to interview her. But apparently, according to you, I'm not allowed to do that because you didn't want my channel to get bigger. That's what it's really about. You didn't want me to interview people.
Are you for real?
That now, yes,
Are you for real?
I could have interviewed Anne-Marie Waters. Now the bigger channels are interviewing her because you wanted to stop me interviewing the people that I wanted to interview because you didn't agree with them politically. Who are you?
Are you for real? You've literally tried to flip
Yes, I'm for
all that.
real. I
You
can
flipped it
bring
over, you turned
the
it upside
stream
down, and it
where I
still doesn't
talk with
resemble the truth,
Jason
does it?
about having Anne-Marie Waters on here. Yes.
You flipped it upside down, turned it inside out, and it still doesn't resemble what actually happened the way
Would
it
it?
happened. You
Was me
just lie,
talking?
Jupiter. All you do is
Was I
lie.
talking about having Anne-Marie Waters on my show?
You literally just lie away for everything.
Was I talking about having Anne-Marie Waters on my show?
The problem is, Jupiter, we've always got what you've
Yes
said
or no, Den?
at that
Was that
point
not
in
the
time, haven't we?
conversation that you heard me having with Jason, who was in the side chat? Yes or no?
I don't even know what you're waffling about now. You remix
So
it
the
that
live
much, it's hard
stream
to
that you
keep up
came
with your
into the
bullshit.
side chat, okay, I'm going to answer it. So because I'm not going to have you talking over again. You're going to be quiet if I've got to put you in the back. Right, thank you. So I was talking to Jason because I wanted to bring Anne-Marie Waters onto my show. And he'd already asked her, and he'd said, it's looking good. It looks like she's going to be coming on. There was also Graham in the side chat that apparently was somebody to do with Anne-Marie Waters. I don't know what he was exactly, something to do with her party. And then popped his head up and said, you can't have her on. They're all hope not eight. They're all hope not eight scum. Bloody, 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 bloody. You're promoting hope not eight. Bloody, 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 bloody.
When did Anne-Marie Waters become?
Right?
Oh, no.
But now Anne-Marie Waters is talking to big people. But I could have had that interview, but Den didn't want me to. Because Den, instead of being productive for the right, is actually a divisionist.
If I can divide people away from Hope Not Hate collection data, yeah,
when did Anne-Marie Waters become Hope Not
But how
Hate?
are they going to collect data by being interviewed on my show?
See, you've run with the thing of Graham was already there. That's not the case, and you know that. Danny Simpson was there.
Hold on. How can Anne-Marie Waters collect data by being interviewed by me on my show?
No, that's not what I said. Who is collecting the data?
So then how was you protecting anybody by stopping her from coming on and having an interview?
Like I said a few minutes ago, who's collecting the data?
So why couldn't you do what everybody else does, like Wendy does? I'm going to ask you a question.
No, answer the question. That'd be better, wouldn't it?
I don't know who's collecting the data then.
Right, and I do, so you're in a predicament, aren't you?
Not really, I don't care.
So I know for a fact that I had fucking the right and whatever to speak about it and call it out because I knew I had my facts in order, I had my ducks lined up.
Right, okay. No one's arguing with that.
Well, you shot the messenger.
No.
Yeah.
You've got your channel. You've got your channel. Why couldn't you do what Wendy does? Wendy don't like the Shield, so Wendy puts her evidence out on her own channel.
Then people handed over their data and
Why
money.
couldn't you do that then?
Why are you shouting over me? You're scared of the truth? What?
No, I'm asking you a question.
No, you're shouting over me.
Why couldn't you do a review of my stream and then put your opinion out like I do with Paul Thorpe? Why did you need to come into my side chat and try to disrupt Anne-Marie Waters coming on it?
No, it's called warning people, Jupiter.
No, you weren't. You were trying to disrupt my show.
No, I was giving you a warning.
A warning of what? What?
I was warning you and your audience that
you were warning me and my audience. What? What was it you was warning us? What was it you were warning us?
That the person in your chat that was trying to get everyone to sign up to Anne-Marie Waters' party was Hope Not Hate. If you can't see an issue in that,
so you came in the side chat.
About you
came in the side chat and you warned them that. And what difference did it make?
Well, none, because you blocked me, didn't you? People was asking for evidence, but then you blocked me, didn't you? So.
Well, didn't you put the evidence out on your own channel?
My channels come and go. As you know, Jupiter, you've sat in little takedown groups and whatever. You know full well I lost over 100 channels. No, I haven't
sat in takedown groups. I sat in a group. I sat in a group that struck a couple of trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's called
any other strike, yeah, that I've ever done has been because I've personally decided to.
See, if I've got an issue,
everyone's got a right to do that if they're on YouTube. You do realise that?
No, it's proper snitchy lefty moves, isn't it? If I've got an issue with somebody,
it's a lefty move to strike somebody, is it? If you don't want them to use your material, I don't agree.
If you for
I believe it's
freedom of speech,
capitalism.
you're for it, aren't
Do
you?
you know what I call it? Protecting your interests. Yeah.
So your interest was protecting hope, not hate.
No, my interest is making sure I get views for my channel.
Well,
But
my interest was exposing hope, not hate. You was on the opposite end of that.
You wanted to stop that.
No, I wanted to expose hope, not hate. You wanted to prevent that from happening.
Hope, not
So
hate.
you'd want me-
Okay.
Yeah.
So where's this big expose that you've done that exposed them all?
Probably about 30 channels ago, Jupiter. Like I said, your handler has disposed
so how come
of 100
Anne-Marie
channels of mine.
Waters is being interviewed by heretics now then?
You keep going to that. It's deflection from where we're at, isn't it?
No, I'm asking you. How come she's still around? How come Tommy still respects her? How come a lot of other people still respect her? And how come she's now going on heretics if she's hope not hate?
Well, yeah, let's run with that then. Why did Tom Zero, bear in mind he was warned,
Here
and
we
he
go.
knew.
One that got warned. They didn't listen to you then, did they? No one
No, he
listened
did.
to me.
He did listen. He did
No one
listen.
listened to me.
No, he did listen. He
She's all about your
absorbed the
ego,
information. He absorbed the information. Then he
still
told.
gets everything upside down. You know nothing, Dan.
Well, if you two stop talking, you might actually learn what actually happened rather than what you would have assumed happened.
I think you've spoken enough, and you've got nothing to say.
You just talk absolute nonsense, Wendy. You can't remember what colour your kids are.
Right, so now he wants to slag off Tom Zero News. There's another one on the right.
And you've
another person on the right. Notice all the people on the right that he slags off, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do a count then. How many has there been up to now?
But
so
this
we've
man
got
is not a divisionist.
We're not going to count him,
man
are we?
is not somebody that's stopping unity, according to him. And this man's only got people on the right's best interests at heart. So let's hear what else you did to another Tommy supporter.
Well, I'm not being funny, Jupiter, but I've been on the other side of being doxed by these rats, so I know what it's like. If I can prevent that happening to other people, then I should do that.
So Tom Zero News, what did Tom Zero News do that you need to tell everybody?
Right, Tom Zero was fully aware of the facts. We'd been having discussions, showing him all the evidence and whatever. He agreed with me fully. He warned Danny Simpson, who was in that position where he was around that party at the
Danny
top or
Simpson
whatever.
was a racist knobhead, but anyway, yeah, go on.
Yeah, let's not just move on to personals or whatever. Fact of the matter is, he was at the top of that fact. Whatever, being silly. Danny Simpson was at the top of that. He was in the position where he was on your panel, he was on Wendy's panel, everything was civil. And then because Danny Simpson spoke out about what was going on, all of a sudden he was the enemy and everyone turned on him. He got docked, he got his job lost, all sorts of shit happened.
Well, hang on.
Right, hold on a minute.
Yeah,
so
because he was replaced. He was replaced with Graham Craddock.
So this is a remix. Hold on. You can show me the connection in a minute. It is. Right?
Well,
I'm going to reply you. Before we move on, I'm going to reply you. So could you be quiet or do you want to go in the back? Danny Simpson has never, ever got on with me. Okay? Ever. Danny Simpson sat with you and Kaylee. Danny Simpson sat with you and Kaylee targeting Wendy Woo before they even started targeting me.
Yeah.
Yeah? Right? So don't fucking lie about he got on with everyone. Danny Simpson went on to Velis and attacked Raj Speaker's Corner. Danny Simpson also went on to Wake Up UK and attacked Laura Lewis, another lady, a disabled lady. Yeah? So when you say that Danny Simpson was close to me and that all of a sudden he was removed from my company for this, that and the other, no. Shall I tell you what Danny Simpson got removed from talking on my channels for? Giving my address to James Goddard to put into a fucking racist group to attack me and my husband.
Was that after he got doxed?
But I've got nothing to do with his doxing.
You did have.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, wow.
Right, where's your evidence for that? See what I mean?
I think you've shown the docket that your handler Wake Up UK shown you to prove that it was
here he goes again trying to say that Jason's my handler. You're mental.
Well, he is.
So your handler, Nick Knowles, is told you to come out and just call everyone on the right.
Is that the author
Hope
of the
not,
book
eh?
you was promoting, Wendy?
Is that what Nick Knowles has told you to do?
Isn't that the person, the author of the book you was promoting, Wendy?
Isn't that what Nick Knowles has told you to do?
Is that a no
Come here
comment? Is that a
and
no
put
comment,
out,
Wendy? Is
you
that
know, put
is
out
that
that
a no
everyone
comment,
who's on
Wendy?
the right is actually Hope Not Hate.
I
Is
wasn't
that what he's
pushing his
told you to
book.
do?
You was promoting
Is
that book,
that what
Wendy.
he told you to do?
You was promoting that book, Wendy. Was
I
you not?
wasn't promoting it.
He's
Was
obviously a plant,
I lying?
cheeky.
Am I lying?
Yeah.
Am I lying? Jupiter knows. She spoke out
It
about
was
it.
Crack Clown World, and actually, Clown World bought 100 copies of it.
Jupiter,
Right,
you know,
so
you
Danny
spoke out about
Unfiltered
it.
said then, I think there was another reason closer to home why Danny Simpson was doxxed.
No, there wasn't. I don't even
No, he
think
won't
Danny.
have it.
I don't
You're
even
always
think
right,
Danny
Wendy.
Oh, he
Roscoe
won't
was
believe
about at the
Danny
time.
Roscoe now either. You see,
No.
Dan
No,
thinks he
because
knows everything.
well, I was literally plugged into it all. So yeah, I do know everything.
You don't know everything, then.
What does Danny know? What he was told off some people? I was literally around it. Was sent all the
Well,
evidence.
I'll tell you what,
I've gone
if Danny
over all the
Roscoe gave
evidence.
me information, not
It's
that he
funny.
would,
I tell
and
you
you
what,
gave me
it's funny.
information,
I have
not
not
that you
been
would,
challenged
I would
once.
take his information over yours any day.
It's funny. I haven't been challenged once.
Who challenged by who, you mad cunt? What are you on about?
Well, if people was like not okay with it or whatever, I'm sure they would have
I'm not okay with what?
with what I'd put forward, the evidence.
What evidence? I haven't seen any evidence.
Oh, Wendy.
So,
It's like,
but
I
Wendy,
could have a
what I'm
better
getting out of this,
conversation with my
right,
dog. Just
is that somebody else
go and play
doxed.
bingo or something.
Somebody else doxed fucking Danny Simpson, and
Yeah.
Danny Roscoe knows the reason why. I don't even know, so I was nothing to do with it.
I don't think
But
Danny
this
will
mad
know.
cunt convinced Danny Simpson that it must have been me,
Right,
and I've
calm
got
down.
my James
Calm
Goddard.
down.
This is
Calm down.
apparently what's coming out now.
No,
Right.
No, I'm fuming.
Look,
My family were put in
No.
danger.
You put your own kids in danger. How many
No,
times have you read your own
no,
address
Danny
out?
Simpson gave my
No.
address to James Goddard, who doxed it to a bunch of fucking neo-Nazis, mate.
The people that you used to chill with, you mean Ralph and all them, yeah?
No.
Before they booted you out of
No.
that group.
No, you
No.
fucking idiot. No. You don't know anything.
Why are you screaming? You sound mental.
Because you sit here and you sit here categorically telling people stuff, right, that's not true, and you're the one setting people up by the look of it.
That you've already admitted to. What do you want me to do?
Admitted to fucking what, you
Just because your alliances have changed, the facts don't. What you've said on the day still counts this far forward. Sorry, but it is what it is.
Right.
Right, okay,
So-
behind the doors, okay, Danny says, when he had all the issues in his life, when everyone was calling him a racist for the monkey slur. That's why he got doxed. Nothing to do with me. I didn't even know he'd done that, to be fair.
That was like the tail end of it. What caused Danny any problems is because Danny called it out because Tom Zero had warned him and shown him the evidence. And then all of a sudden...
Right, Danny called what out? Danny Roscoe gets on with Tom Zero News, so do I. Massive respect, Tom.
Danny Simpson. Danny Simpson said what...
right, then,
Tom
can I ask you a question? If anybody goes to somebody with information, do they have to act on it? Or can they just read it, acknowledge it, and not say anything?
I think when people's data is being collected by somebody that is known and proven to give it out to third-party trolls to then dox people's families, not just mine, many other people, many other examples.
Oh, not just yours.
There would be an issue.
Because you claim Jason doxed your address.
There would be an issue to let that person continue
You've got
doing
a
that.
personal vendetta against Jason to set him up as Hope Not Hate. Is that it?
I've got a personal vendetta.
My God, please, he's not still arguing with Jason.
Have I doxed his children? Have I doxed his address?
Yep, here we come. Here comes
the real
thing.
Have I doxed his children? Have I doxed his address? Have I done anything like that?
Right, okay.
You do know that your handler, Jason, put my lad on his side?
It's not my handler. It doesn't matter. You keep saying it. It's not going to make it real.
His Facebook,
it's not my handler.
Number,
it's one of many people that I know on channels. He's not my handler.
No, he is your handler.
No one handles me, Den. No one.
Okay.
So this
He
is
literally
really
facilitated all this,
still
and
hate
you let him do
Jason,
it, Jupiter.
It fucking boils
This is the
down
thing.
to it.
When people cover up for hope not hate shit, it's going to be questioned. It is that
Who's
simple.
covering up for hope not hate?
Right, so
Who?
apparently
Wendy,
on
you're
Wake
not
Up
important.
UK,
Just stay out of it.
from vague memory, because and I might get a little bit wrong, and he could correct me if I do. From vague memory, Den showed a video where Jason and Vinnie Sullivan were on a live stream, and Vinnie Sullivan read out a partial address of Den's, but he blames Jason because it was on Jason's Wake Up UK.
Oh, so you don't blame Vinny? Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course I blame Vinny. Vinny apologised when he realised it was misinformation and they'd all ran with bullshit and doxed the family, which was actually no reason to do so.
What, are you telling me that Jason has got your real name and everything?
No, he hasn't. He had my family's fucking details.
Okay.
My family's...
So Vinnie Sullivan weren't Hope Not Hate then, no?
I do?
Well, Vinnie Sullivan was the one who read it out, but he's not Hope Not Hate.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he is. He was the one who read it out. That's the live stream. He read it out.
No, he didn't. Why do you make these? Why do you add these lies to a normal situation?
All right, go and get the live stream. We'll play it.
I don't need to go and get it. We've done this already.
Okay. Jason, if you are around, or if you hear this in the next week, can you get the live stream for me that it happened on, and we'll play it? Wasn't even a full address.
You can ask Wendy, because on Wendy's it was fucking played. What are you on about?
Oh, okay, Wendy. Somewhere on your live streams, it's there.
This is why I just said to you, do you not remember the first conversation myself, yourself and Wendy ever had?
Why the fuck would we remember that?
Well, it helps, realistically, Wendy, when you're trying to argue a point this far down the line.
To so many people.
Yeah, but the first time that we speak to somebody we've never met before, we're not going to believe every fucking thing they say, are we then?
If I've had a conversation with someone 4 years ago, I'll just remember it. It's not hard
but
to do.
we had conversations with so many different people.
Yeah,
how
who
we
do you
meant
think
to just
you are?
remember you?
Who do I think I am? Someone with a sound mind which can remember what I said. It is that simple.
No. You and Kaylee come a begging.
Wendy, you can't remember what colour your children are.
And you were arguing with somebody called
Wendy,
Paris.
you cannot remember what colour your children are. How irrelevant are you, realistically?
Yeah, well, you keep saying that. It just makes yourself sound
okay.
stupid.
Victoria Kesterton said, no, it wasn't Vinny. Okay, I stand corrected. It was Davy Russell.
Yeah, Davy Russell. There you go.
Right. So why haven't you gone after Davy Russell as being Hope Not Hate and spent years trolling him?
Do you not think... Go and ask him
Instead of trolling me that knew nothing about it, didn't have nothing to do with it, but because I played one of Eric's videos, it means I'm involved.
Well,
why
did Dave have to move 10 days after doxing my children?
What?
What do you mean he had to move?
Why did Dave Russell have to move house? Why did Dave Russell have to move house 10 days after fucking doxing my children's house?
I don't care.
Right, well, maybe you should question that.
What were you going to do to him, Dave?
Yeah, but why should I question it? It's not my problem, it's yours.
I deal with things offline. I don't need to do a big drama bullshit.
Right, okay, so you've come on here, you now have mentioned that because you want us all to know that you drove David Russell out of his house. Who cares?
There you go.
I don't believe him. He's a fucking liar.
Yeah, but whether he did or not, who cares?
You can go and ask him.
I didn't know Wake Up UK at that point. I didn't know fucking Vinnie Sullivan.
You did.
I've never spoken to Davy Russell. So I don't know why you're bringing your shit to my doorstep.
You did know Wake Up UK at that point in time. You did, Jupiter. You did.
Right. So you're saying that I didn't. So when it happened to you, I did know what Jason, according to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wasn't aware of when it actually happened. I thought it was previous to that. So, okay. So I knew Jason, and you thought because I knew Jason, I'm involved in it somehow. So everybody who knew Jason must have been involved in doing what happened to you, yeah?
Do you remember when I said
to you?
Do you remember when I said to you, there's a boring video, but it's a WhatsApp between myself and Jason, and he was asking me, what do I think about you that had just popped up on Wendy? Do you not remember that? And I said, it's boring, but maybe go and have a look, because what he's saying back there is quite...
Why do I care? If he asked
Enlighten me.
you, what do you think of me and Wendy?
Well, it shows the time period, doesn't it?
Right, it shows the time period.
Mm.
So I knew him, but he's asking you about us who've just popped up.
Yeah, because I've been around longer than him, obviously.
Okay. Are you not getting it? He's asked you,
So
he sent you a WhatsApp
You
to
obviously
ask
don't know,
you
Jupiter.
about 2 newcomers, but
I'll
according
fill
to
you in.
you, I already knew him.
I'll give you some background information, see if this helps. So when I was in the Pendragons...
Oh my God, no, Dan, we're not going to move on yet until you understand the point I'm making.
Well, we're not. I'm just giving you background information.
Yeah, but I want you to understand the point I'm making. Do you get it yet? You've categorically stated that when it happened to you, I knew Jason.
Yeah.
But you've just admitted,
Yeah.
that Jason went to you because me and Wendy, when our shows were new, and he was asking you what you thought of us.
Yeah.
So he knew you
Yeah.
and all your shit.
What shit?
Nothing to do with me, but apparently I'm being handled by Jason, and we're all attacking you because of Jason.
Did you join Wake Up UK?
I went I took a show on his fucking...
Just yes or no. Don't do all this round the houses. Just yes or no.
No, I didn't join Wake Up UK.
Oh,
What do you mean by join Wake Up UK? Is there a movement or something?
Jupiter.
What do you mean? Did I join Wake Up? Did I have a slot on his show? Yes.
You've already admitted you did. Just say yes. It's a quick answer, isn't it?
No. Then, are you retarded? Did I have a slot on Wake Up UK? Yes. There's many people that have.
Right. And many
That's
people
not joining Wake Up UK. What do you mean joining Wake Up UK? What do you mean by that?
If you stop talking, I'll tell you, won't I?
Yeah, go on.
Many people came away. Now, you joined, as far as I'm concerned, when Wake Up UK turned it from Right Unity to Wake Up UK. Now, we did that because myself and others had just exposed the fact that he'd been platforming, protecting the King's Flag bullshit, and that we're trying to bring veterans into Storm Parliament based off a scrapbook of a 20-year prolific scammer. That's what happened. That's the fact. That's why Simon Bean and Dean Cumblepatch did videos about it, calling these things out. That's why Glenn Zaffer called it out. So I am right. That's not up for debate.
Right, I don't care. What's that got to do with
So since then, you've let him handle you for all these things and literally using like
he is not my handler, you fucking knobhead.
I've seen it happen with my own eyes, Jupiter.
Okay, what have you seen?
Deceive me. You cannot deceive me.
What have you seen?
Just the situation with Danny Simpson alone will suffice. But
you've just been told by Danny Roscoe that Danny Simpson got doxed. Nothing to do with me.
Well, it was. It was.
How is it to do with me?
Are you serious? We've literally done
right,
all
what
this.
evidence have you got that it was me?
You've literally had it out with him, have you not? Loads of stuff.
I've told him 100 times it wasn't me.
Right, okay. But yet the evidence was shown on yours, which doxed
What evidence? What evidence did you show on mine that it was me?
I think it was a docket for something, and it had his address on it.
No, that was the evidence to show that he got doxed. I want evidence to show that it was me that doxed him.
So you don't think putting his address on a live stream is doxing?
What the fuck? So he's coming on to tell me that he's already been doxed, and he's showing a docket where he's been doxed by someone else, and I'm the one doxing him.
No.
You see how mental you are?
No, the video I've got, it was Jason Tyler in the background that's fed you that in the back chat, and then you've put that up. You doxed him. Nobody else, you.
Oh, fuck off then.
You don't like it because it's the truth.
Fuck off then. That's ridiculous.
Am I lying? Am I lying? Because I'll just put these videos back out, Jupiter.
I'm saying you're fucking ridiculous. If that
happened, lying though? If that
happened and his address had never gone out before and his address got shown without me realising on a fucking docket, I want to see a full address. I want to see it.
We're doing it again, aren't we? We're doing what you've just done with Dave. We're doing what you've just done with Dave and Crystal. You can read that.
So he said that he's got a video, right, that proves this. I want him
Yeah.
to put that video out, right? And if you have to fucking expand the fucking TV 100 million times to see a little fucking address, yeah, then I'll say, okay, I apologise, Danny Simpson. But you're making it seem like I went out of my way to dox him on purpose. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
But how could you dox him if he brought the... I don't know, I'm confused.
Am I allowed to talk? I don't know what's going on
No,
here.
you were just rambling. You know nothing and you're just trying to
That's
get
your job,
information.
Linda. That's your job. Let's not both
You
do the
are
same
just
job.
rambling. You don't know anything.
No, we'll leave that to you. I'll let
Right,
you do
anyway.
that.
I'd be very... I mean, no one knew he'd been doxed until he arrived to tell everyone that he'd been doxed. Nobody else knew he'd been doxed.
Like I've said, Wendy, you can't remember what you've had your breakfast or
Yeah,
what colour your children are.
right. Look, listen, you have plenty to say in your little videos. And then when you got the person, so I'm asking you, what
Yeah.
is it I've got to apologise to you for?
For me, nothing. You've not called me a paedophile.
You
or no.
fucking said, have you apologised yet?
Yeah, have you apologised yet to Danny Tomo? Have you?
No, and I never will, no.
But you called him a nonce and a paedophile, and
I
it was
don't
wrong.
give a
It's none of
fuck.
your fucking business then.
Well, that's fine. That just tells whoever's
That's
You
watching.
go
So
around.
you've got.
Do you go
did you
around
say
attacking
Danny
everybody that's
Unfiltered's
got an
watching? So
opinion
he
or only
knows
three old
now.
ladies? Listen, do you go around? Have you gone
Scared of the
to
truth,
called out?
aren't
Listen to what he said earlier, by the way, people. He said he couldn't
Dyslexia.
call out
Dyslexia.
patriotic alternative because that's
I didn't
what
say
he.
it couldn't call
No,
out.
yes, you did.
No,
You
I didn't. No, I
labelled
didn't.
active patriot as PA. You say it's part of PA.
I think it is, yeah. The people that you used to chill with
We'll
before
have
they
to go
beat you out
find
of
Where
that
is
group.
people is now calling active patriot part of PA?
Is he not?
No,
Was he not?
not as far
No,
as I've ever known.
Well, you
no.
was in that group before they beat you out, so you would actually know.
What group? What
I
group
was never
was
in
I
that
in
group.
now? Oh
I
my
was
God, here
never
he
in
goes.
that group.
What fucking group?
What group?
Oh, are you serious? Around Ralph
Yes.
and all that. I
I
call
was
it
never
pure
in a
rock.
group with Ralph, ever.
Oh, all right. You've already admitted it on a previous live, Jupiter. This
That's
is
a lie. That's an outrageous lie.
So when we play back your own words, then what are you going to do?
Well, it's probably going to be something of nothing where you think it's a group when it's not a group. Like I'm supposed to be in a group. It's a
No,
beat-up.
you've literally admitted it with your own mouth.
Probably be
Jupiter.
when you used to go on his streams, Jupes.
I think, to jog your memory, I think I said Mark Collette, and you went, I've never been in a group, Mark Collette. And then you said, do you mean Ralph? Do you mean whatever? And you admitted he was in that group. And then we've got the clip of what happened when you got kicked out that group.
No.
No what?
I've never been in a group with Ralph. But what
So why have you said that you
I have done has gone over to watch a fucking stream that Mark Collette did once, called out Mark Collette and left.
Why did Vinnie Sullivan call you and Wendy out of that group then?
What?
What is he on about now?
I don't know. What are you on about?
And I was never in Vinnie Sullivan's group either. Chantel was. I never was.
We used to get Vinnie Sullivan coming to beg for us to stop bullying him. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
After you was in the group and after you got booted out.
We were never in any group.
Well, I've got evidence to show that.
Show it now. Show it now.
I'm not Danny Jones. I haven't just got a filing cabinet next to me.
Evidence now, because you're lying.
Wendy, all we have to do is use your own video and Jupiter's own video.
Odd claptrap that he's put together in his own mind from little bits that people say on live streams.
Full lives are yours and Wendy's.
Okay, so then
I'll put the entirety out, the full lives, and you can literally go over it however you want.
I hope you do. You need the views.
No, we will do. It's not about views. I will tag you in it and you can listen to your own words.
I'm not going to bother listening to any of your shit.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Hang on, so then let me get this right.
You'll whack out pure accusations, then you'll ask for evidence
where me and Jupiter say that we're in a group, a secret group, with Vinnie Sullivan and
It
co.
weren't a secret. It weren't a secret group, though, was it?
What was it then?
It was very public. That's why everyone knows, Wendy.
Well, what was it though? Because I
This
don't
is
know
what I
what it
mean.
was.
This is how daft you sound. You know
Well,
that
I
you was
don't
in
know
that
what it
group.
was. What you on about?
You know that you was in that
What
group,
was
and
this
so
now? What
does
was the name of this
everybody
group
else.
then that we were supposed to be
Yeah,
in,
what was
seeing
this
as you
group?
know so much?
I don't remember the name of whatever fucking group.
Because there was no
Well,
fucking
you must
group.
have some idea.
I don't have to have the name of the group because you admitted it, Juper. It is that
Okay, I
simple.
admit being in a group. No, never happened.
Well, when
No.
I play back your own live and you've admitted it, you can look a bit of an idiot, aren't you? Realistically.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Can you go and get me it?
You keep running head first into the truth. Does it not? Do you not need
Then
some
you
You
do
are.
paracetamol?
realise
Do you
every
not want
time you put this evidence out, it don't make sense.
what your own lives?
It's not evident, so
But I
is it,
thought you
Jenny?
didn't
Of course
gather
it
your
is.
information from bits and pieces on live,
No, like
making
I've
your
just
own
told you
assumptions.
5 times, everyone in your audience has heard your live in its entirety. I'll just put them out. You
Right.
can't
I
argue
want
with
to
that, can
know
you?
what the
I'm
group
gonna
was
answer
called.
him. Hold on, I'm putting him in the back a minute. Right. There is enough people on here, right, that over the years have fucking hated me. Yeah? At the moment, there's somebody in the side chat, Danny Oakes Jones. We're not arguing at the moment because we're just trying to be civil. But I know, but I'm not delusional, and he's not delusional. We're not the best of friends. We don't agree with each other, right? We're just trying to be fucking civil and just move on, right? That don't remember I ain't forgot what he's done to me, and he ain't probably forgotten the things I've said about him, right? Would you say that's a fair assessment, Danny?
Yes, I will have
Right?
a word.
I think that's a pretty fair assessment. This bloke looked in and out of the cat's arsehole. If I was in a group with Vinnie Sullivan, and if I was in a group with fucking Ralph, he would have known about it. And he would have put it out there.
But it was a very public group. Apparently everyone knows, but I don't know what it was called.
This man is fucking deluded. Listen, people, I'm not trying to do this to be horrible to them, right? I really think he does believe that he's a saviour and he's helping people. But what he's actually done has caused a whole heap of shit all around and got people arguing with each other. And that is what a troll does, A. And B, is hope not hate tactics. So I think I've got a right to be suspect of him now.
Yeah, I firmly believe that's what he is, to be honest.
You sound like he's mad.
You are hope not hate, aren't
Right, that's
you?
the gaslight. I don't sound nothing like easy.
You're the one, Juper, that has
You
got
are
all
hope
these
not hate
friends of
because
hope
you
not
put
hate.
anyone on the right you come down on.
Now I
Whose
sound
friends
like
are
easy.
hope not hate and fucking prevent? Who's been doing that? My friends or your friends?
What? So you never thought, hang on, so when you want to know something, when you want to research something, you don't actually go and look at it, and even if you've got to fucking join it to find out what's going on inside of it.
Hey,
So
listen, let me tell you
you're on
something
about
else as well.
infiltrators. Wendy.
Simon Lord absolutely fucking hates me. If he had evidence of me sitting in groups, he would have put it out.
He hates Wendy, but he didn't at the time, did he?
But there was only one group. There was only
This
one
is
group
the thing.
then.
Your loyalties have all moved around, but the facts and the evidence have stayed consistent.
No, you're not. Your trouble is you know nothing, and you're trying to fill it up with rubbish. You don't know anything, Den.
I'll tell you what's happened to him, right? Through nothing to do with me, before I even came on the scene or knew any of Jason, David Russell, I still don't know, right? That Jason, fucking Vinny, before I even spoke to any of those people, right? Then knew them all. Danny Oakes Jones, all the rest of them. Kaylee Enav, he knew all these people. For some reason, nothing to do with me, he's had a falling out with them. For some reason, he started accusing them of stuff, getting the ump with them because they won't listen to what he's telling them to do. Yeah, like he's doing now. So he decided that he's going to spend the rest of his life getting the ump with them because one of them partially read out his address.
Oh,
telling him to back off because of his trolling and because of the way that he goes on.
Trolling.
Now, I'm sorry, people, right? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this straight out. I don't
Define
like
the trolling.
doxing. I don't like doxing. I don't like
define
any
the
of that
trolling.
shit. But
Define the
I
trolling.
also agree with dog eat dog, mate. I'm a winner, not a loser. I'm a survivor, not a victim. Yeah? I'm a
You're a
fighter, not a
professional
fighter.
victim. You
So,
are a
if you've
professional
got your
victim.
just desserts, it's got nothing to do with me.
Nothing come my way, nothing would. I just wouldn't put my family in danger like you do, Dayla. You invite problems to your
But you
house
did.
knowing
You did.
knowing
Your address
full well
got
you
doxed.
put your own
But your address got doxed.
Yeah, by your handler and Dave fucking Russell.
Not my handler. I haven't got a handler.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have.
No, I haven't. And
Well,
you've
we
got
know you
absolutely
have.
no proof to say that I have, you silly bastard.
Well, I have. I've got all your own words and your evidence.
Oh, here
with
we
your
go.
lies.
All right, go and put it all out.
That's why you have to make everything private, Jupiter, but I've already copied it.
People, he wants you to believe I'm Hope Not Hate, right? It wasn't good enough for him.
Well, why
to
would
destroy,
you cover for
it
Hope
wasn't
Not Hate?
right. I'm going to talk now. It wasn't good enough for him, right, to try and stop people coming on my panel. Yeah, he's been doing this for years. Wasn't good enough for him because I don't take him serious, right? He's butthurt. Because I look at his wild claims and I go, well, I'll make my own mind up, thank you very much. Or because he'll come and bring shit evidence that don't make no sense to me, I go, all right, I'll register it, but I just fucking register it and I move on. I do things in my own style. I've got my own swag. I don't need anyone else's. And it's worked in good stead for me over the years. I've got a whole heap of a network that Den doesn't even know. But it's not by sitting in groups. Yeah? I meet people face to face. He don't know that. He's not aware of that because it's not on camera. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this much then. Yeah? It ain't good enough for you to try and destroy people coming on my panel. You now want to tell people that they shouldn't come and listen to me because you think I'm a Hope Not Hate. Right, well, they've all heard ya. Yeah? Dem Rettins is going to put all the evidence out on his fucking panel. Please, people, go and give him the view because that's what it's all about. Go and have a look at his stuff. And if you agree with him, say, yeah, Dan, I can see where you're coming from. And if you think it's just deluded claptrap, can you please tell him what a wanker he is?
I don't need the
Now,
views. I'll just give it Ghost to play or something.
So is there anything else you want to add, apart from the fact that you think I'm Hope Not Hate and everyone in my audience should be warned?
I don't need the views. I'll just give it Ghost to air or something. I'm sure he'll have fun with it.
Oh, you're going to give it to a lefty? Someone who's in Hope Not Hate?
Another one that gives information to Ghost. Okay.
So you're actually going to go to the left to run your hatred, even though you're against the left. Make that make sense.
I'm not being funny, but you sat with Hope Not Hate Moon and then covered for her. You lied for her, Jupiter. You did an absolute massive remix, which didn't make no sense.
Tommy had a mole in Hope Not Hate who said the Speaker's Corner Steve was talking to Lols, not Dupes or Wendy.
What does that mean to me? Whose comment is it for a start?
Well, you claim to be head security for Tommy. You claimed that you used to be this for Tommy.
No, I didn't. I said Glenn was.
Yeah, you did. You said you was. You said you've done security for. You said you were Tommy Robinson's security.
I said Glenn Zappa was.
Now Danny's here. All of a sudden, what you weren't?
Right. So I asked Danny then. Was Glenn Zappa Tommy's head security?
No, I'm on about
15,
We're not talking about
years
today. We're talking about the other stream where you told us, Jupiter, you don't know nobody.
No,
I've
what
known
you're doing
everybody
is jumping around
I was Tommy's security. That's what you said. You were Tommy's security.
Like a cat on a hot tin roof. That's
Come
what
on,
you're doing.
then. You said you were Tommy's security.
You can't stay on track because you know that.
Were you Tommy's security?
Then you said to me and Wendy, yeah, you've known everyone a lot longer than us. I said, okay, maybe you have. Because maybe he has. I don't know. I don't know who he knows. I don't make it my business like he does. Right? I don't know. And then he said, I was Tommy's security. And I was like, well, what does that mean to me? I don't care.
Yeah.
A comment. And I said, yeah, I was doing fucking whatever for him. I've done security for loads of him. So what? That's what I said.
Yeah, but why are you so
You read a
upset? Why
comment
are you
out of
so
Pauline
upset because
Smith.
they don't
That's
need you
exactly what
anymore?
happened. This is your problem, Jupiter. I remember everything in detail. You're never going to win when it comes to remembering what happened, clearly. You two can't remember any of your previous shit.
I can remember a lot, then.
I can literally
Not the
quote
stuff
you
that's
from 4 years
irrelevant.
ago.
I
I
don't
can literally quote you
You
from
see,
4 years ago
you
and then
sat there in
produce
the
the evidence to back
darkness.
it up.
You've sat there trying to piece things together to make a narrative, to form a narrative, because you're bitter, because
Who
all
pulled
these
the
years
Farm
before
World shit
I even
about?
knew you, Jason
Mm.
fucking botched your address, apparently.
Who pulled all that shit apart? Was it you and Wendy? Or was it you and Wendy that went through it all for 9 months and just put your own little narratives on it? You didn't critique
Well, hang
anything.
on. Went
You
through
didn't
what? Went
question
through
the
what?
evidence. Wendy on
Hang
here
on.
has
Went
already
through
admitted
what? You've
Right,
she
now
he
just...
don't know
questioned.
what's in the clan world evidence, right, and it's killing him
Wendy
when...
has
So,
already
you know the
admitted.
is
streams?
that
You know
it?
the streams
Oh,
when we brought the clan
Wendy
world
has already
evidence forward?
admitted she
Hold
has
on.
questioned
oh,
Hold
no
on, then,
evidence.
right.
listen, because you might learn something.
Go on
You
then.
know the streams you got, Wend, where we
Yeah,
actually went through the clan world evidence and showed
yeah,
everyone the redacted of the redacted of the
yeah.
redacted. That then said that we didn't show no one.
Yeah, that's the
He
late
wants you
end
to
of
put
it.
it back up so he can have a look for himself.
No, no,
Put the
Yeah,
no,
whole
no.
9 months up.
because
Put
this
the whole 9
man
months
has
up.
missed a bit of evidence.
No, put the
No,
whole
you've
9
never
Not
months up.
said it.
Jason. You are not going to get 7 streams for
If
your
you're
fake
proud of
narrative.
it, if you're
Because
proud
I'll
of it,
tell you
put up
something
the
then,
whole
right?
9
I'll
months
tell you
that you was
something then. One of the biggest regrets I ever had, yeah, because he's as bad as Kaylee, nuts in the head. One of the biggest regrets I ever had was believing him when he said to Den, "Give me these 7 streams," and then
Yeah.
Jason said, "No, I don't want to." He said, "No, I want them 7 streams, and I promise I'll never talk about you again." He gave him the 7 streams. He said, "There's nothing on him." He said, "But I just begrudge giving Den anything because Den wants to make stories up." Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jason gave him the 7 streams. And then what do you think Den did? He carried on,
Talking about
pulled it
him again.
apart for months. No
Yeah.
one could make head nor tail of the fucking story he was trying to spin. And he thinks he's going to get Wendy to put out the stuff again. No. If Danny
No.
wants it, if Ginger Tony wants it, no problem. No problem at all. If Glenn Saffer wants it, no problem. Liam Tufts, no problem. You then, fuck off. You're nobody. I thought you were with S.H.I.E.L.D.
You're not getting it, Dan. I'll
It's
never put
clear
anything
it's
out for
clear
you
to
to look
everybody
at.
that you're literally scared of me saying anything out to Jupiter.
Fuck off. No,
You're scared
you're
of me
never
saying
getting it.
anything.
Yeah, I'm so scared. The floor's yours. Go on, off you go.
So he didn't give me the links, he gave you the links. I already had the links, obviously. That's how I managed to lose over 100 channels, because whenever I put the evidence out, I lost the channel. Probably with little wankers like you in a fucking private
So what
anti-freedom of
evidence
speech takedown
what
team to
streams do
remove
you want
channels.
of me then?
Now,
What
Glenn
streams?
Zappa exposed that takedown team with your handler in it.
So what streams do you want?
Right,
I'll
number
tell you who
one.
else was in it, just to be a wanker now. Tom Zero was in the anti-freedom of speech takedown team.
I don't care.
No, you don't care, do you?
No, I'm not a free speech
Well,
absolutist.
there's different types of people. There's people that care about the truth, and there's people that are happy to run with
I'm
whatever
not
shit
a free
goes on.
speech absolutist. So it makes
No,
no difference to me.
No, obviously. Plus, it suited your narrative, didn't it? So
Just think, if you'd been around, you'd have seen those streams with the redacted, and you wouldn't have to
that was the
lie in
late
bed
end of it,
crying
Wendy.
every night because
That
you
was the
ain't got
late
it.
end of it. After I'd already started ripping them apart, and you knew full well he's going to get to the truth here. You can see it because it's all falling apart.
Fuck off! I
Mandy's
never watch
flapping.
anything you.
Mandy's
I've never.
flapping. Danny Jones
I
has
don't
already
watch
threw her
anything
under
you
the
post.
bus. Then he threw
I don't watch
Simon
anything
Lord
you
under the
post.
bus,
So I'd
and it all fell apart.
already done the streams calling Mandy out,
Who
which
did?
is why Mandy
Who
was
did
sitting with
Kyle
Den,
thank? Did he thank me
slagging
or
me
you?
off.
Who did Kyle thank me or you?
He came on my show to thank me.
No, he didn't thank you.
Yeah, he did. He came on my show and thanked me.
No, he thanked me.
No, he came on my show and thanked me.
Put it back out then. I've got it, but you put it back out if you're so Like,
No, if you've got it, you put it out. Jupiter's
well,
putting nothing out for
apparently
you.
no one watches my channel, so it won't really
No, well,
matter,
you
would
put
it?
it out, then people can see it.
No, if Jupiter's telling the truth,
No,
obviously, she can
Jupiter's
make
not
me
going to
look
put
silly
nothing
now,
out for
can't she?
you. Fuck off.
You can make me look silly now, Jupiter. I'll put it out and
No.
show the world
Show the world what?
that what your version of fucking events is true. The problem
He
is you
wants you to
can't,
put the
because
scream
you'll
out
prove
with
me
that
to be right,
Kyle
won't
on
you?
it. No, don't put it out,
I'm
James.
not putting that out again. But the fact of the matter
I've got it
is,
anyway.
I know what
I've
he's
got it
talking
anyway.
about. Carl did thank him.
Yeah, he did.
Carl
He didn't
thanked
thank
him and
you.
he
He
thanked
didn't
me.
thank you.
Carl
He
thanked
didn't.
me. Yes, he
Did he
did.
for?
He did.
Did he
Yes, he
for?
did.
Did he
Yes,
for?
he did.
Oh
Did he
my
for?
God.
He knew that you and Wendy was the ones that had gone through it. Do you not think I speak to people in the background? Are you for real?
Oh my
Do you
God.
not
So
think I
that's why
know Kyle? Do you not think I've met
right.
Kyle?
Oh my God, this
Oh,
is
you weren't
delusional.
aware of that.
What's he
This
going
man is
on about now?
delusional.
What's
So
he
why
going on?
didn't right? So because Carl come on my channel, Carl did speak to me offline. He did thank
Right.
me. The only reason they actually know anything about Den's conversation with Babe Slook is because I sent it to Ginger Tony, Den,
Right.
and because I was already on the case. Ginger Tony and Carl chose to come on my channel with Hellgower. Why didn't you
Yeah,
go
I
on
know.
yours then? If you're so close to him, why didn't he ring you up and say, listen, Den, I don't want to go on Jupiter's. Ginger Tony wants to go on there, but I want to go on yours. Guess what, Den? I like you better than Jupiter. Let me come on your show, Den, because I like you better and you're so much more important in the movement. Because I think you should. I think she's jealous of you, Den. So, and she's only got 60 views every time she puts a video out. Your show's so much bigger. So what I want to do is come onto yours, Den, and give all the evidence. So, Den, you're so close to Kyle. Tell me, what did the police say to him in the email?
Are you not actually aware, Jupiter, that Ginger Tony asked me did I want to do a live and put forward the evidence? And I said, no, do it on Jupiter's because she's gone through all the bucket of shit analysis for 9 months. Do
Okay,
it over
I'm
there.
going to ask her that.
Yeah. Wendy's here. It was said on comments back and forth when Wendy was inviting her on herself. I don't lie. I don't need to lie.
Okay, but did you remember that?
No.
No, Wendy can't remember what colour her kids are.
Because you're
Ask
talking
Ginger
shit.
Toner. Ask Ginger Toner. And I was in receipt of them videos, so
You
I could have done
also
that.
claimed to be there the night that Ginger Tony went to
I was
do
already in
whatever to
receipt of them
Mandy.
videos. The
Did you know that,
person,
Duke?
the person that sent them,
You made a video claiming that you were there the night that Ginger Tony went to that pub.
the person
You're
that
joking
sent me the videos, the same time
You're
you would have got
joking
them.
me.
Yeah, he made a video saying he was there the night that Ginger Tony went to that pub with
No, I didn't.
whoever.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you fucking did.
No, show us
Right,
evidence.
so Wendy,
Show us evidence.
hold on, I'm a bit confused, right? I'm a bit
This
confused.
is mad.
No, hold on, I'm a bit confused then. So let's get this right.
Yeah.
So Ginger Tony wanted to go on your show first, yeah?
On my show?
Yeah.
No.
Right,
Wendy
so she
asked
went.
her.
No,
Right, so
not Wendy.
Right,
Tony
this is
asked you.
This is how it went.
Hold on. I want to
Wendy
get
was live. Just let me explain, and then you can ask me whatever you want. Yeah?
go on.
Wendy was live. I was on there on comments. Ginger Tony was on there on comments.
Right.
And Ginger Tony said that she's got some evidence to show Mandy being confronted in her own pub. And Wendy straight away was saying, oh, jump on and show it then or whatever. And she asked me instead. She said, no, I'd rather do it on Den.
She said she was going to Jupiter's.
Oh, you can remember now. You can remember that.
Because I looked and I saw what was going on, and she was ignoring you and said she was going to Jupiter's. You fucking liar! You absolute liar!
Unfortunately, Wendy, I've saved the screenshot. So
you are an absolute liar.
So you're saying that Ginger Tony wanted to go on your show first?
Yeah, and I said no, do it on Jupiter's.
You liar!
Okay.
Well,
and you said no, do it on Jupiter's.
Ginger Tony's not going to lie.
Okay, then. Thank you very much for saying no, do it on Jupiter's. But I would have actually preferred it if she'd done it on yours.
Well, yeah. But she didn't actually say that, Duke.
Like I said,
I have to be honest. She was ignoring
No, but I just want to point this out. So you're telling me that
my
Ginger
Tony.
Hold on. You're telling me that you walked away from the Tommy movement 3 years ago but they wanted you to assist them, yeah? Because you're so
No.
important.
No.
And you were actually there, you claimed.
Ginger Tony had obviously seen me ripping these wankers apart, unlike you two.
No, I don't think
So
so.
she probably thought I
I
deserved
don't think
to
so.
put forward Mandy being put
I
fucking
remember
out,
that
put
conversation in the
out as a
side chat
wanker or
because
whatever.
I think Ginger Tony had been drinking at the time, and
Realistically,
she
Ginger
said
Tony wouldn't have trusted you two people at that
she
point
was
in
going
time,
to
would
show
you?
it on Jupiter's. You
Why
fucking
would Ginger
idiot.
Tony have trusted you two people at that point in time when it was you two that
I
had gone
wasn't
and
even
given
mentioned.
Clown
Hang
World
on, she
airtime?
wasn't talking about me. She told you she was going to put it on Jupiter's. What the fuck are you on about?
But that's not true, Wendy. You just literally
But
made that
is
up on the
true.
spot.
And if I've got to
5
find that
minutes
fuck,
ago,
if
you
I've got to
couldn't
spend
even
Yeah,
the
you're
remember.
right. So
5 minutes ago, you couldn't remember
you
it
know
at all, but now
right,
you
what
can
this
remember
is?
something that didn't happen.
yeah. I'll
Yeah.
find that fucking stream and I'll find the chat. I don't care
Right,
how
you
long
know
it
what? No,
takes.
Do
you
that
know
then,
what it is,
Wendy. I've got
Wendy.
the
Right? This
screenshots
is fucking
anyway.
hilarious. You know what it is, Wendy. Right? Then so important to the Tommy team that
Do you not think Ginger
obviously,
Tony was sent loads of things in the background, really, to the build up to this? You two were suspect from day
Well,
one.
yeah, he's very
Then
important.
he's so important to the Tommy team, even though he fucked them off 3 years ago because he thinks they're untrustworthy and everything else, and you know nothing was ever happening, and he was getting doxxed and all this bullshit. He was so trustworthy to the team and so important to the team that what he's trying to say is that Ginger Tony had to get Den's permission to come onto my show, and that I should be grateful to him that Ginger Tony came onto my show. What a wank stain you are!
It's mad how you have to keep putting me in the back. You're literally scared of anything that I say, aren't you,
You
Jupiter?
don't know. You don't have the common courtesy to shut
All you
up.
have to do is go and ask Ginger Tony yourself. It's not hard, is it?
So me and Jupiter were suspect, were we?
Ginger Tony's not going to lie because she knows if anything gets lied about, I'm just going to go, well, you know, I wouldn't have, but here you go,
She's
here's the
scared
evidence.
of you, is she?
Pardon?
Ginger
No,
Tony's
people don't
scared
like
of you, is
people
she?
don't like being confronted with the truth. They're not going to be
Are you
willing to tell
saying
lies like
Ginger
you two
Tony's
do.
scared of you?
People that deal in the truth don't.
Are you saying?
I'm going to tell you something now, Dan, that might shock you. I don't care.
Nothing would shock you.
I don't care if she did ask you first. It's not a competition. But
No,
you
you've
seem
made
to
it a
think
competition.
No.
You've made it as if I'm like some begit fucking attention seeker.
You are.
That's just not the case.
You are.
I know if I'd have gone, yeah, I'm going to put this video. Yeah, it would have got
Let's
loads of
remember
views.
who
I
dropped
don't
Ginger
care for
Tony
views.
in it over fucking
Views
volume,
and
shall
channels are not my life. They're clearly yours. You're on it all day, every day.
You and Kaylee are so thick. You dropped Tony in it over something.
Do you know how many people lie on Ginger Tony's name? Loads of people.
I know.
Pardon?
Do you know how many people lie on Ginger Tony's name? Do you know how many men lie on her name?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
I think
pathetic.
you two's done your fair share, haven't you?
No, then.
So when I'd fallen out with Jupiter and everything, do you think that what do you think went on between me and Ginger Tony when I was talking to Clown World and all that?
I think you were suspect. And if I'm honest, I think you're still suspect now.
Right.
People can't trust you.
Ginger Tony and people
People cannot trust you when you've gone over to them levels and you've still not apologised. Wendy, you've still not apologised to this day, have you?
Yeah.
Wendy, if you'd come out and said I've been used, I was so wrong, blah blah blah. I have to apologise for putting out all this shit. You didn't do that. None of these have done that. Jupiter's tried blaming you.
Again, you haven't got the courtesy
anyone
to
else.
shut up. You haven't got
Jupiter's just blamed everything on you, and
you haven't got the courtesy to shut up.
How did I blame everything on Wendy? I said I thought she was open at 8 at one point when she was
anything that's come up, you just said no. That was Wendy. That weren't me. That weren't done.
Why am I supposed to feel bad about that? Then she gives me an explanation that makes sense.
You're equal partners in all that wrong shit that went on.
Why am I supposed to feel bad about
that? You both own 50% of all that fucked up shit.
Jupiter's the only one who knows the truth. And you,
Both of
Dan,
you
I
are
know you're
complicit to what went
dying
on.
to know
None
because
of
you
you are
made a
worse
whole
than the
fucking
other.
show
You
about
both
it,
were
but
as
I'll
bad as
never
each
tell
other.
you.
The only difference is I don't think Jupiter has actually called Danny Tomo a paedophile like you did.
Oh,
Come on again, Babs. Try
Other
again.
than
I'll
that, you're
give you the
pretty
link
So
again.
hang
equal
on
on
a
that
minute,
level.
Dan. Hang on, Dan. I called one man that. You called a whole culture it, didn't you?
What?
Yeah.
Elaborate,
You know the
Wendy.
video
Elaborate.
where you
Elaborate.
what was it he
Let's run
said?
with your
But
deflection. Let's
okay then.
elaborate on
So
your deflection.
Wendy's open at 8. I'm meant to be open at 8. What's your reason for attacking Babs?
Let Wendy run with this because she's obviously got a beer in the
No,
bonnet. Come
what's
on,
your reason for attacking Babs? Wendy's open
Babs.
at 8. I'm open at 8. Apparently, you want all my audience to
Babs
believe.
is just a useful idiot. She jumps
Oh,
around from
she's
one
not good
camp to
enough for
another.
the Tommy team
Do you
that
know
you're
Babs
not
is still?
part of.
Do you know Babs
You're
is
not
still?
part of the team.
Do you know
You're
Babs
not
is?
part of the movement
You
because
don't
you think
want an
it's all
answer then, do
shit,
you? You
but
don't
you
want an
still want to
answer then.
police who joins it.
You don't want an answer then, no?
Yeah, go on.
Babs
Give
is
us the
still
answer.
defending Danny fucking PT Jones that tried to groom the whole community, believing that a
So,
rapist
because
was
she
somehow
talks
the
to someone you
victim
don't like
and the
again.
victim was somehow the monster. She still supports that man.
So,
Does
because she talks to
that sit
people
right
you
with
don't
you?
like,
No, does that sit right with you?
I don't care who people talk to, Den.
What do you
No,
mean
but
by
I'm asking
support?
you a
Like,
basic
but she
question.
says, hello,
Does it sit
Danny, in the
right
chat.
It
that a
don't bother me
patriot?
that she talks to them.
No,
I
just
don't
answer the
believe,
question. You're
I
answering your
don't
question
believe that
rather than
there's
my
any
question.
danger of Babs talking to Danny Oakes Jones because I don't believe that people like Danny Roscoe, Ginger Tony, Liam Tufts, fucking Tommy Robinson, or anybody else that's got any fucking organisational skills within the Tommy Robinson movement is going to tell Babs the operations of anything. And therefore, she's not at risk of passing anything on. But you think she
So,
is.
so you've answered your own question rather than my question, which you've done quite a lot this evening. Answer my
Why did you
question.
call a whole community paedophiles?
Go on, we'll go with Wendy's deflection because you've obviously rather answer your own questions. Go on, Wendy, elaborate.
Yeah, that video where you told a man that he smelt or something of 7-year-olds.
Smart of 7-year-olds. I should have said 6, to be honest. My bad.
Well,
Right.
yeah, so why
Go
did
on.
you say that?
Why? Because Mohammed, his wife, was 6, wasn't she?
No, but
Married.
why did you say that to that person?
So you think all
To
Muslims
trigger
do
him.
that, do you?
No. But he was
So
stood
all Muslims
outside
do
Disbury
that, do
Moss.
they?
He was stood
Okay.
outside Disbury Moss, which
You were
was Manchester
disgusting
Arena
for
bombing.
saying that.
Well, now that
Well,
changes everything because I thought it was because you were emotional, but you're now saying it's because of Mohammed.
yeah. Why else would I say it?
I've watched that video, Jubes. It's
Right, so
absolutely
let me
hateful
get this
what he
straight
said.
then, because
So
this
Den doesn't mind you believing that his paedophile is making people smell 7-year-olds.
Yeah,
Ghost don't mind that. No,
Ghost obviously minds that. Yeah, obviously he does.
well, he don't. He seems
As
to be your
will
friend. You're sending him videos.
as will most Muslim. Well, all
a
Muslims.
whole
It must be
community.
quite a
Right.
hit
My
for
God.
you.
Right.
Mustn't it, then? It must be quite a sexual thrill for you, knowing that the people that you're abusing are taking videos
See,
to
the
abuse
problem.
people on the right that you're
Yeah.
supposed to be agreeing with.
Mm.
You're a bit of a weirdo, aren't you?
So
Well, I got that video. I'll have to put it back up again.
yeah, you can put it back out, Wendy. He
Yeah.
put in the 8-minute edited video from Hope Not Hate, or the
Yeah.
6-minute one.
No, it's not from Hope Not Hate.
I've got the 52-minute one, and it's on my channel, and it's been on there the whole time. So crack on. Crack on. When you watch the full one, it's got a very different outlook. When it's not
No, I'm
chopped and
sorry. Anyone calling a whole community
when
that
it's
is
not chopped
terrible.
and edited and all that, it kind of has a different
Yeah, well,
message
you've
to
got
it.
no, you've got no.
You already did it when you
should,
come running
you
into
should not
Zabidas,
bring up
Wendy.
one little thing to do with Danny
Wendy,
Tomo.
did you
When
forget
you
that you
called
ran
a whole
into
community
Zabidas with that
paedophile.
when I was having a conversation with her? Oh, Rick outside the mosque, come play this, come play
What I
this.
don't understand is who authorised him.
Who authorised you to be laying threats out?
Who authorised him to poke his nose in everyone else's business?
No, you
Who
authorised
authorised
himself.
you to be laying threats out, Jupiter?
No
In
one.
the name of Team Tommy.
If I give threats out, it's on my own
Well,
head.
well, people have already watched it now, so
You're fucking autistic, aren't you?
Oh, Dr. Wendy's here. Dr. Wendy Woo.
You
Well,
are. You're
something
autistic.
definitely not right
Wendy,
upstairs.
you're literally living in a fucking care home.
You are fucking
Are you for
autistic,
real?
and you're never going to change my mind.
Wendy, you live in a care home.
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
What do you do?
Because what? Why are you
We
saying
hear,
that?
we
Because
hear
I've
the
said
buzzer
you're
going
autistic,
every
and
now
you
and
know
again
I'm
when you're
right.
live.
You
And
know
we know
I'm
what time
right.
it's going to
So
come because
remind me
You
again,
are
obviously
then.
your meds
autistic.
time.
Tell me again. I gave threats to Dave and Crystal and they're too scared to go to protest. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you made it sound like they'd be in danger, didn't you?
Oh, so they're frightened to go to protests.
No. Was you authorised by Team Tommy to do that, though?
No, everything I say, I'm not authorised by anyone.
Oh, so you
Fucking
just made out
authorised.
like you was the big guy on the Team Tommy, but you
How's
actually
that
wasn't.
then? How's that? How
See,
did you
you're
work
only
that
in contact with these people since you did the bucket analysis of all that shit. That's the only reason you actually... Because I sent Ginger Tony away and said, look, go and do it on us. I didn't want
What?
any of it. Didn't need any of it. Didn't want any
This
of
is
it. Was
where his
quite happy
autism's
exposing
coming
it.
out, Jupiter.
I don't think he realises how
Well,
long
that's the
we've been
only
in
reason you've had contact with
Ginger
Team Tommy.
Tony.
Other than that,
You
not long,
are
not
autistic.
long before, you was
Yeah,
calling
you're
Tommy a
Or
autistic.
grifter and all
Glenn
sorts.
Saffer. Or Glenn Saffer. He don't realise we've
You've
got their
already
numbers.
admitted on this live that you was calling Tommy a grifter on Easy's before all this started. So you weren't really
No,
a
I
big
said
fan
I
of Tommy,
didn't
if
approve.
we're honest.
I didn't
So,
approve. You do know we don't have to agree 100% with things that Tommy does.
No, but you've admitted it on this one that you called him a grifter, didn't you?
Well, I don't know if I actually used the word grifter. I think Wendy might have
No, we
done.
did. We did. You can rewind your own stream, can't you? Have a listen.
for what?
Okay, I don't
You've
think I
admitted
did.
to it,
I
Jupiter.
think I
You've
said that
admitted to it.
I didn't
Is it
agree.
awkward because
I
Danny's
didn't
listening?
agree
Is it
with
awkward
the
because Danny's
fact,
listening?
right? No, you fucking weirdo. He can fucking listen. I'm gonna have to talk because he's an idiot, right? This is going to be left up then. I know you think that you've actually proved something, but you haven't proved anything, right? You've made yourself look a bit pathetic, a bit beggy, a bit sad and seedy, to be honest. But the fact of the matter is, what I did say is, I didn't agree with Tommy during COVID when there was an economic downturn, saying that money that he got raised for his solicitor, what he had left, was going to be used as a bodyguard for him to go to a boxing match.
Yeah, I think what
And
you,
I will
the
say
actual,
again, at the time, I didn't think it was appropriate.
I think at the time, what the words you didn't use grifter. The words you actually said was that's a bit fucking cheeky, isn't it? There was something like that.
Yeah. But to
And
call
it
him
was
an actual
me.
grifter, no.
Yeah, it was
I've
me that
always
was
said,
going on.
that Tommy Robinson has got the right to ask for whatever, and if people give to him, they give to him. Now, Dave actually said to me, no, Jupiter, I actually think because he suffered so much and because his children would be in danger and he would be in danger, that he should be able to use that funds for a bodyguard. And I said, yeah, but not if he's saying that it's going to be for a solicitor. That's where I disagreed. And I stood by that discussion. That doesn't mean I'm against Tommy Robinson, you absolute fucking idiot.
Well, Tommy says, question
And,
everyone.
may I add, even if I was, Tommy has stood on stage and said, I want to unite everybody. Even if you don't like me, listen to my message. Fool. But you don't like the Tommy movement. You don't stand for the Tommy movement. You left it 3 years ago because it's all a bucket of shit. But still think you can police it.
Yeah. Basically, that's what it boils down to.
I think
Mr.
it speaks
Autistic
volumes the way you have to keep putting me in the back, Jupiter. When I'm not
Mr.
cutting you off,
Autistic man.
everyone can see that you're just scared of what I'm actually going to say.
You've got autism, haven't you?
Dr. Wendy Woo, you're not
Haven't
important
you?
or
I'm not
whatever.
scared
You
then.
have,
I'll
haven't
put
you?
you in the back so I can say what I've got to say and then you can fucking reply
No,
to
but
it.
I've not been cutting you off, so you've got no
You have
reason
then.
to do that other
You
than
have
the
your
fear.
delusional.
Just the fear of me saying what I'm saying.
Okay, what am I afraid of?
Your problem is when I say things, I mean what I say what I mean, and I've got the evidence to prove
Well,
it.
you don't know
That's your
what you're
problem.
fucking
I
saying.
don't
You
have
don't
the
even know what you're
evidence,
saying.
The
though.
things you say swap and change along the way when the musical chair starts and you end up sat with frenemies
Okay,
and
that's your
between
opinion.
friends.
Right. So,
Yeah.
Let's get to the crux of the matter before we move on to why you pick on Babs, or why you only attack three elderly women rather than actually going after Active
Four,
Patriot
innit?
for what he
Four.
said about Glenn Stafford,
Four.
or
Four.
calling out the real far right, or
Four.
or doing
There's Moon as
anything
well, isn't
decent at all. Why you actually only go after three old
there? There's
women? But
four.
oh,
To be
who's the
honest,
fourth?
it's just free. Babs just gets in the way and injects herself
Who's
into
right?
everything.
So me, Wendy. Who else? Who's the other old woman?
Your friend Hope Not Hate Moon.
We don't have nothing to do with Moon.
I can't remember
So
last time you spoke about Moon.
Jupiter has on and off, even after
I
she
can't
told
remember last
everyone.
time you spoke about Moon.
You can't remember last time you spoke about Moon?
Yeah.
Are you sure? If you
Yeah, you
can't,
like
honestly, I reckon you need to go
Jupiter.
doctors or something. Not remember the back and forth you and Moon had only literally a week or so ago, and everybody pumped it around was laughing at these both.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Well, you've really got
So
nothing in your life, have you?
no, it
You've
was
really
pumped
got
around the
fuck
internet.
all in
Everyone
He's
your
was
actually
saying
life.
it.
admitted that he attacks 4 older women.
I actually
Oh
I
my
actually didn't
God.
bother listening to it. It was too much. I said to
And
anyone,
one that
"Fucking hell,
lives
you
in a
need
fucking care
paracetamol to
home.
watch
I
that
mean, I live
live."
in a care home. My God.
Right. So then this is the bottom line, right?
Mm.
What is it you hope to gain from what you do?
Me, nothing. It's not gonna make or break my day. But if I can
I never
save
said
any,
it was,
if I
but
can
you must
save
have
any,
so what is it that motivates you to do what you're
if
doing?
I can save anybody falling down the same pit holes through dumb cunts, then
No, you're the
yeah, I
dumb
should do.
cunt that sat with Kaylee Enav for years, as far as I'm
You sat
concerned.
with Mandy Mosley of Hope Not Hate
You
Wendy.
sat with Kaylee Enav,
Behave.
slagging everyone off.
Behave.
Yeah.
You sat with Mandy Mosley. It don't get any
I
worse than
know I
that,
didn't.
Wendy.
But I had a good reason to. I
What
knew
was
what
your
I
good
was doing.
reason
You
then? Go
don't
on.
know
You've
what
never
you're doing.
told
I'm
us,
not
have you?
telling you
What's your good
fuck all.
reason? What's your good
I ain't
reason?
telling you nothing.
No, you can't, can you? That's your
No, I don't.
problem.
I'm not gonna.
No, we know you're not gonna.
Right,
We also know
Wendy,
there is no good
I want
reason.
to get to the bottom of this though, right?
Shows
So
us how dumb you are, Wendy,
what
when
is
you
your
just
objective? What are you hoping is going to come from this? What is it you want? You want people to stop listening to my show because you think I'm dangerous, yeah?
no, I just think people should think before they leap, to be honest.
Well, yeah, and I think
Okay,
people should.
what do you mean by they should think before they leap? So they shouldn't trust me, is that what you're saying?
If people can learn off past mistakes, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
No, I'm asking you a question. You want people to not trust me, yeah?
I think until you've got any trust that you've earned, people shouldn't, yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
God! And who are
Well,
you?
why should anyone
So
trust you,
Ben's
Jupiter,
coming on my
realistically?
show because
You've
his show's
stabbed
shit.
everybody in the back that you've ever been around at least once.
My side chat, don't trust me.
Who have you
Okay?
not stabbed in the back, realistically?
Okay.
Name
Who have
people
I
you
stabbed?
haven't stabbed in the back.
Who?
I could name a big long list of people you
Look,
have
here's
stabbed in the back,
Banana.
but
Here's even
who
Banana.
haven't you stabbed in the back?
Here's even Banana. Banana don't even like me.
Didn't
Look
you
what
didn't you two even go at Danny Roscoe making him a domestic
here's even
terrorist?
Banana.
Didn't you
Oh my
make
God,
Danny?
Dick. I spent
Yeah.
5 years making a channel about Jupiter and Wendy.
Did
Right,
you
that's
not
for
actually make Danny
right?
Roscoe a
And they're
domestic
still here.
terrorist?
You're exposing nobody, you div.
Did you both not actually make Danny Roscoe a domestic terrorist? I think you
Danny
did.
knows what I said about him when I first heard about him.
Everyone
Yeah.
knows because I put it out yesterday.
But
When
Danny, the most important person, right, was
everybody knows
Danny.
because I put it
And
out
now here
yesterday.
I sit
So
years later,
and it was
agree with
reaired
every
on
word
Go.
Danny
So yeah,
says, you silly
everybody's
cunt.
heard what you said. Yeah.
Right, so no,
Oh,
I
well,
didn't
big
make him a
deal.
domestic terrorist, but what I did say was when I got shown the photos that were doctored, and to be honest,
Yeah.
they were a likeness of him
How
from
long
the
did you
front,
run with the madness, Jupiter?
right? Right?
Not long.
Well, I think
It
about
wasn't long.
2
Jupiter,
All
it
weeks.
you've
wasn't
done
long.
realistically is attack people from the right
Okay, put him in the
with
back a minute,
nonsense, with
Jupiter.
a
I want
lack
to
of
Are you
remind you of
evidence,
having a
something.
just
laugh?
accusations.
Right, how many people have
Jupiter,
you
put him in
attacked
the
from
back.
Wendy's
the right?
admitted it already
Tom
that she
Zero
believed
News.
Mandy's
Tom
words,
Zero. So
seen
let's
no
go through.
evidence, and
Right.
decided.
So let's go
Right,
through the
Jupe, let me
people that
remind
he's
you of
attacked from the
something,
right.
Jupiter. Let me just remind you of something, right? We were going at Danny Roscoe, right? This is years ago, though. But Danny, if you remember rightly, Danny was making the odd stream about us, but then what he did was he actually came onto the stream to to talk it out. Can you not remember?
Yeah, he was brand new on the scene.
Yeah, but he came on and
we got
explained
sent.
everything.
We got sent photos again from that fucking group. Yeah, Mandy Mosley, Clown World. We got sent photos. Yeah, and at the time, Clown World weren't against Tommy, by the way.
No,
they were for Tommy, allegedly protecting Tommy. They sent us photos
but they
saying
didn't like Danny.
that they thought that Danny was an agent, obviously
That's
not
right.
now, and that this was Clownworld, and that they had photos of him at a neo-Nazi event.
Yeah.
And from the front, it looked like Danny, or from the side, it looked like Danny, and then when you look at the front, it doesn't. But we were only given one picture. We're the same people that actually showed after Danny brought the photos and said, I can understand why people thought it was me. Danny's actually said that, right? I don't know why Den's worrying about this.
Well, his aim seems to be to prove, he wants to prove that he's marvellous and wonderful, and for some reason you're not.
He's jealous of me. He thinks he's competing with me, right? But the sad thing is, I'm not competing with no one. I'm just me. I've got my own swag, right? Now, after we found out that those photos were fake and Danny proved it, we apologised to him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, then, what about all the people that you're accusing? So you've accused Tom Zero News, you've accused Anne-Marie Waters, you've accused me, you've accused Wendy. I mean, I don't know why Tom Zero News is an outlier, really, because he's not female. You normally go for the older women, didn't you?
Well, yeah,
You've gone for Babs, yeah. Moon, well, all right, Moon, I can understand that a little bit. Who else has he gone for on the right?
Didn't you say that he also?
He don't really particularly like Team Tommy, because he had to walk away from that because the whole movement was a mess.
Yeah. And
he's
he had got
distancing
Laura
himself
Lewis.
from the right. He's going around saying, well, the Shield's are not on the right. Anyone can join. Even Muslims, eh, Den? I bet you'll have a few groomers join that biking gang, eh? As long as they pay like 25 quid. Get in there, Den, boy. Get in there.
I wonder if Chris would like to hear the video, you know, the person that runs his Shield, of him saying what he said right outside that mosque. Yeah? You need to shut your fucking mouth, Den.
Look, I'm not going to make no threats, Wendy, because I'm not allowed to, but you can make all the threats in the world that you want to.
What do you mean you're not allowed to?
According to him, nobody authorises me.
Well, Jupiter, you've already ran to Paul of Britain First doing a big email to tell him all about me. Anyway, you did that weeks ago, didn't you?
What?
I said
Apparently
Jupiter.
I've written to Britain First.
You wrote an email to Paul Golding of Britain First about him.
Oh, because I said to him on a live stream.
Oh, yeah.
Wendy, this is how literal the bloke is. Because I said to him on a live stream, you want to be careful. I shall fucking get in touch with Paul Golding and tell him he's attacking everyone on the right.
No, you said you was gonna.
Paul Golding's email.
No, you said you was gonna, and I said I'll give you a direct fucking way of doing it if you want.
Yeah.
And then your ass fell out again.
Well, then you would know that I haven't.
Do you think I would care who you two idiots go crying to?
If you've got a direct link.
Do you know how daft you look when you come forward and you've got an edited video as your evidence?
You would know I haven't contacted him then, you lying cunt.
What sort of dumb cunt would accept an edited video as evidence?
Yeah. Do you think Chris...
Paul's a bit smarter than you two dumb cunts. Paul is a bit smarter than you two dumb cunts.
Of the Shield,
the first thing you would say is, where's the actual evidence, not a cut and shut video.
Yeah?
The first thing anybody with a fucking sound mind would say, that's an edited video, I'd need to see the full video.
I'm going to send that to him to make sure you get kicked out.
You do whatever you want, Wendy.
I'm
I've
fucking
got your
gonna.
face.
I'm
I've got
gonna.
your
Don't you
face with the
worry.
reflection, like I
Yeah,
told
I'm
you.
gonna.
Carry on playing with
I'm
me, and I'll
gonna.
put your face out there, you silly cunt.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
Wendy, do you know what
I'll
you
put your
think of
face out
your
there then.
face?
I
I'll
don't
put your
Silly
fucking
face out there
care.
then.
screenshot. Listen, the silly
You want to do
screenshot.
all
The
this shit
silly
as a fucking
screenshot
faceless, nameless
that
entity.
fucking
I'll put your face
Moon's got.
out there, and then people can
Oh,
match
right.
all
None
your
of that
vile
to me, anyway.
accusations with
Okay,
your
I don't
face.
care. I'm gonna
All right,
fucking do it.
all right,
Right?
I'll do that then, Wendy. Yeah,
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 good. Go on.
yeah. Okay.
Go on
You
then.
know full well I've got it because I warned you on the
Hold
video. I
on a
said,
minute.
Wendy, you can see
Hold
your
on a minute.
reflection.
Oh, yeah, of course
So
that's
this
me.
is a
Yeah.
man who don't believe in doxing. Now going to dox someone, an elderly woman at that. People, tell me this man is not on the left playing a long trolling game. So you're going to dox someone else, are you, then, on the right?
You can put
You
names out and
protect
everything,
the
but that's
elderly
not
women, do
doxing,
you,
is it,
and
Jupiter?
vulnerable
You can
girls?
put out Danny's
Oh,
fucking
I'm not
Right,
address,
going
and
to
that
stand
fuck
up,
way
with that,
geezer,
doxing.
ain't ya?
Jason, for your real
Grand
name.
of the country, ain't you, then?
There's either one level where it's doxing, or there's one and it's not. You want to jump between the
Oh,
two.
he's going to cry in a minute.
Professional victims, you can do whatever you
Yeah,
want, but
you're a
then
professional
when anybody
victim.
even fucking
No,
threatens to send it
You
no,
back,
then.
are a
you don't
professional
No,
like
then.
it, do
victim.
you?
I've explained my position. I don't
Professional
agree with
victims, the
doxing, but
pair of
I'm
you.
a dog well.
Professional
I'm a winner, not
victims,
a
the pair
loser.
of you.
Yeah.
It's very lefty tactics, your tactics.
If you bring the rules where you don't play fair, then I won't play fair. I ain't bothered then.
Jupiter,
Yeah.
your rules are not worth shit. You jump around from one party to
My
another.
rules
You've
are my
stabbed
rules over here.
everybody in
Just
the back
over here.
around you.
I'm over here, yeah.
You've stabbed everyone in the back around you, haven't you,
Oh, okay, I've
realistically?
stabbed everyone, but that's not what other people
When I
said.
first jumped on Wendy's to speak to yourself and Wendy, you had
Yeah.
about 350 people watching. Them days are well gone. You left with
Never
the
had that
empty ball
many.
bags
We've
and the
never had
simps.
350 in the room.
You left with the empty ball
We've
bags and
always
the
had a
simps.
steady amount of about 100 to 150.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, that's not true. You just got used to the way it is now. When I jumped on Wendy's, there was about 350 people watching.
Oh, yeah, because it must be because you were so important in the movement that we had extra views.
No, there was 350 people on there before I jumped on there. So
When
no.
did you believe that?
Hang on, Jukes, I'm coming back. What did you say? What?
He reckons that when we used to do your shows, right? And I'm
Yeah.
not trying to insult you, but I know it's not true, right?
Right.
It's
He
true.
reckons that we had a regular audience of 350 people a night.
Yeah,
No, we fucking didn't, you absolute loon.
you did. You did. You
You
did.
fucking idiot.
Why am I gonna lie and make you more popular?
I don't
Why
know.
would
I
that?
really don't know, but
Why would that
that's a
make
lie.
sense realistically?
That's a
You was a lot
lie.
more popular at one time than you are now, presently.
I
Why?
don't care, you silly cunt.
Well, it's relevant, isn't it? All them decent people came away when they could see all your shenanigans that was going on.
Do you know what? People come and go, then. People come and go.
You do around you, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, people come and go. But I
Yeah.
don't mind. That's because I tell people to
A
go
load of
wherever
lies.
they want to go.
A load
Yeah.
of lies and stab
I'm
everyone in the
not
back.
going to hold it against them who they talk to.
People
I
see
never have.
straight through you. You
And
can
I
fool some of
believe,
the people some
and
of the
I
time. You can
believe,
never fool all the people all of the time. It's that
and
simple.
I believe that everybody can make their own minds up.
Your beliefs come and
And
go
I
like the
don't
wind.
mind whether they like me or don't like me. I'm not bothered.
Your beliefs swap and change depending who you sat with and what day it is.
No.
You stand on
It
nothing,
might on the
Jupiter. You
day, it
stand
might
on
change on
nothing.
the day if I get new
No,
knowledge.
you stand on nothing and you stab all your friends in the back.
Okay, who's my
I think
friends?
the
Who
most
are my friends then?
Who have you not stabbed in the
I
back? You
think the
stabbed
most
Taff in the
that
back,
we
you stabbed
had,
Luke in the back, you've
yeah,
stabbed fucking...
Jupiter,
The list
I think
goes
the most
on
we
and
had,
on and
love,
on.
was the
You
night that
stabbed Easy in
Brian
the back,
Harvey
you stabbed
came
Wendy in
on,
the back.
right? The night that Brian Harvey came
Yeah,
on,
go on.
I think there was about 250 then. Well, obviously that was because he was on there. But what the fuck is he talking about? 350?
so me and Taff, we're still as close as ever. I don't know what he's on about. Yeah.
Uh,
You know. I might fall out. Well, I might have a row, fall out with people. Then doesn't mean that I stab them
I'm
in the
probably
back.
going to go because you keep just putting me in the back. You obviously don't like the truth. That's fine. We're never going to get anywhere with you. You're in
You're right.
denial. You
You're right.
deleted it.
Truth,
You're
then,
just
yeah,
going to keep lying and hoping
yeah,
it helps things. It
yeah,
don't help.
yeah.
Don't help.
I could go over to Taffy's down and say
Well,
to
all
him,
you've left me with is a
Taff, do you
load of
want to come on my
videos to put
stream?
out to
I'm
prove you
also
wrong.
talking to Luke.
It's that simple.
I'm also talking to Luke.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
you've
notice
also
any of
stabbed.
these people.
Yeah, you've stabbed all these people in the back, though, haven't you?
Have I? What you mean?
Yeah, you have.
Defending
Yeah, you
myself?
have. You've even brought up family members of theirs. Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Have I? Who's?
Yeah.
Who's?
Luke's uncle. Luke's uncle.
All right, Luke's uncle that he
All
brought to
right.
the
Yeah.
internet himself. Yeah.
No, it's you that brought it to the fucking.
No, he brought it to the internet himself, and he'll tell you that himself.
You've literally issued personal attacks to his family members because you didn't back
And
you
he
up on the
issued personal
lies.
attacks to me. Yeah.
Because you lied, you told a load of lies, and you was gutted that
I
people
didn't lie.
wouldn't
I
back
didn't
you up with
lie.
your bullshit. Yeah,
I
you did.
did not lie.
Yeah, you did.
What I
What
said
about
was,
Discord 2?
do you want me
Discord
to
2?
repeat what I said? Is
Discord
that what
2?
it is?
Discord
Do you want me
2?
to repeat what I
Discord
said?
2? That was a big load of lies.
Discord 2 is a load of lies.
Yeah. When you try
Oh,
getting
yeah?
the
What
black
proof you
community
got for
to
that?
fucking fall for your
You do
nonsense
know
with
he's
the
going to
fake
make about
tears.
60 videos out of this.
No, I'm going
Jubes,
to put the actual videos out. That
He's not, because he already said at the beginning of this that he don't need my videos, that he don't need to talk about us because he don't need the views. And so I've removed his permission and told him I'll strike him.
yeah, I'm going to put them out. Anytime you try to make me look like a liar, I'm going to prove you to be the liar. Is that simple?
Right. Then, listen carefully. Is it a lie to say, yeah, Luke's uncle got taken to court to paedophilia? Is that a lie? No, it's not a lie. What I didn't do was say, and got found not guilty, which is the case.
Mm.
But what I did wasn't a lie. Now, I did that in an argument because he was dissing my family. I've apologised to him, right? Because I should have told the rest of it. But in an argument, people use whatever they can use. Now, then,
It's called
you've got a
propaganda,
problem.
dude.
Yeah, you've got a problem then, right? And you really need to sort it out. Because I know for a fact that Luke hasn't sent you here to fucking drag him into the argument. You enjoy doing this so that everybody's personal business gets aired again. And do you know who does that then? Hope, not hate. You bring up these arguments so that you can drag Luke. You bring up these arguments so that you can double troll Taff. You bring up these arguments so that you can troll Dave and Crystal. You go on elsewhere and do the reverse to me. And the reason that you do this then is because you're a divisionist and you're jealous and because no one takes you serious. I'm going to let you have one more say and then I want to talk to Becca. Becca, did you want to say something to Den?
No, you do your thing. You do your thing.
Oh, little Miss Teflon's here.
Hey, Wendy.
Evening, Becca. Evening, Becca.
You right, Den?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Just dealing with these fucking lies and shit that have gone on in the past.
Remember that these, it's Jupiter Streamlight, yeah?
And?
No, what he's doing, yeah, and.
All you've done is lie and have to put me in the...
Bye, Den. You see, what you forgot, Den, was it's my stream and you're only allowed here and permitted to talk on my stream and have your say if I allowed you to. So, we've had enough of your nonsense. You're now banned. Okay? If you want to listen to anything, you need to go to his show. But what I will say is this.